everyone, welcome back to Poppin In with Alexa and Molly. I'm Alexa.
I'm Molly.
And today we have two very special guests who are bringing some male energy to the podcast this week for sports.
Sports.
We have Ty and Chris.
Wow, thank you so much for having us.
Mustard on the beat, ho.
That's right.
Perfect, exactly.
Chris is a returning friend of the pod.
Yeah, that's actually the only reason we know him. He's only my friend.
Of the pod.
My fiance, Chris.
Yeah.
My boyfriend, my fiance, Chris.
Yeah.
And then Ty is our new friend of the pod.
I was actually thinking, I was like, how would we say that we know Ty? And it is such an intricate, woven quilt of knowledge.
Wow.
That's probably overselling it, if we're being
that
honest.
was beautifully said.
Yeah, I don't think I would
Technically-
describe anything in my life that intricately.
Technically, all of us worked for the same local paper, not at the same time.
Yeah.
That's true.
Wait, that's so weird.
Isn't it?
Wow.
Are we allowed to say? Yeah,
We were at the same time.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
but you guys didn't. You weren't both journalists at the same time.
I don't think you were ever a journalist at WI Daily.
I wrote stories for you. I wrote sports stories for you.
That's right. That's true. I guess you did string.
Yeah,
occasionally.
back in the and which really makes sense because
Are we really including part-time stringers into this? I mean,
Absolutely.
I say no, but then Chris
but I
is
worked on the
really-
radio. I worked on the radio side. I worked on the radio side, and yeah, I would do stringing, and they paid $50 per story. I will say that right now.
Listen,
it was good.
They were ahead of the curve on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Great stringing pay.
But anyways,
Good
so
money.
you're here with 4 former journalists. Say that 5 times fast.
4 former journalists.
But
That was only once.
Yeah, keep going.
4 former.
4 foreign journalists. 4 former
Oh,
journalists.
foreign.
4 former
I like that.
journalists.
Wow, if we all started a podcast together, that would be the name of our podcast.
Wow.
TM. Anyways,
Okay.
We'll have to talk about that.
in case you've been living under a rock, yesterday, as of the day we're recording, which today is Monday, was, I was about to say the Olympics, the Super Bowl.
Jesus. Jeez.
If you don't listen to this podcast, then you don't know, but I don't listen to sports. I don't pay attention at all.
She doesn't listen. She doesn't do any senses to sports. She doesn't listen to it. She doesn't watch it. She doesn't. You don't do anything.
No tasting, no spelling.
You said you don't listen to sports. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
I'm like,
listen-
actually, you do
listening
listen to
music.
sports as you're falling asleep. You said you love the dulcet tones of soccer crowds.
It's very soothing. Or like we went to a Syracuse game. There was like 23,000 people in that stadium, and just like the dull
Still
roar of the crowd.
45,000. It was
Okay,
still
45,000 people. Anyways, and so the reason we have you on here today is because neither Molly and I like watch or listen or participate in sports, but also we have talked about the Kendrick Lamar Drake beef excessively on this podcast, which I know both of you are deeply invested in as well.
I would say it's never too much. It's never too much.
Yeah. So let's get in it. I mean, we could talk about like the sports part first if you guys want.
Well, it would probably be pretty quick.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot to say about it.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
game was kind of dog shit.
That's what everyone said.
If we're going from an objective point of view,
People got very great joy in the results.
did they?
I mean, because most people are tired of the Chiefs. I actually am not. But, people were rooting for Philly just by default. I never root for Philadelphia sports teams, so.
Yeah. What type of sicko do you have to be to root for Philadelphia happiness?
It's pretty ridiculous. A couple years ago, I watched the Super Bowl at Brick House, which we all know.
Yeah.
Shout out Brick House Tavern, Williamsburg. And
Future sponsor?
probably.
Oh, yeah.
And we went in as neutral observers, and then the Chiefs fans reserved half of Brick House and came in, and they were so rowdy and ridiculous that everybody else in there was like, okay, never mind, I guess we're rooting for the Chiefs. That is the type of fan base we were talking about from a sports perspective.
I will say the only thing that makes me ever want to be invested in sports is like being a part of a rowdy fan base. I would love to be a rowdy fan, a hooligan.
You don't have hooligan energy.
No, you don't.
What are you
Really?
talking about?
Yeah.
You guys didn't know me in college.
You
Well-
are you are one of the coziest individuals I know.
Oh my god, that is so nice. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You would be like, and I know we're going to get into commercials later, but have y'all seen the commercial? I don't know if y'all even pay attention to it. I think, isn't the Allstate commercial where the guy is like talking about like they're coming off the bus and he's supposed to say roll tide for Alabama, but he keeps saying high tide?
I'm not.
Has anybody else not seen this? It's a great commercial because like they're all
No.
coming off the bus and they're all cheering. And it's supposed to be Alabama fans, and this guy's like high high tide, everybody. He's like, high tide. And like the people off the bus are just like, what? And then like somebody's like, it's roll tide.
That actually would be me. I used to have to lead our sorority chants when we were on the bus, and every time I got it wrong. It's like 80 people just chanting incorrectly.
High Tide is a great name for an
Yeah, like-
Alabama-based
yeah, like-
dispensary, by the way.
Yeah, that. Oh, it actually
Oh
would
my
be.
God.
In 2060 when they finally get them,
Yeah.
it's gonna be great.
But yeah, everyone said the game was boring. I wouldn't know. I went to the bathroom literally every time they played, so that way I could see the commercials.
She literally announced it at BBC. Shout out BBC, and was just like,
Future
yeah,
sponsor.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. And she was just like, yeah, I'm gonna go to the bathroom so I don't miss any commercials. Which the Super Bowl has something for everyone. Which I do think, it's part of the reason why so many people watch it.
For me, it's a concert during it's like a football game
Yeah.
happening
Yeah,
around.
yeah,
the
and a
concert.
football
I always
game.
wait
Yeah,
until
yeah,
halftime,
yeah,
and
like
then
a football game breaks out.
After
Yeah.
halftime, I go to bed.
Yeah,
It is late. It is a late
We
game.
left last night after halftime.
Yeah.
Like probably 10 minutes after halftime.
A lot of people did, especially
Yeah.
for the result of that game. It was
Yeah.
like, did you last the whole game?
Yeah, I lasted the whole game.
Okay.
I lasted till 2 a.m. Regrettably, but
I think I did too. Like it was around there.
it was a mistake.
It's a difficult day. I used to always take the day after the Super Bowl off.
I was going to ask if you did that this year.
I
'cause
was
remember
surprised.
I
you-
didn't
yeah.
this year. I
Really?
worked from home, so I just
Yeah.
did that.
Can I say, America, while we're in the process of burning everything down and rebuilding it from the ground up, can we switch the Super Bowl to a Saturday if we're upending traditions
Yeah.
and all of that? What the hell are we doing?
Yeah.
Come
I
on.
don't- It's very frustrating because you did text me. I saw this morning it was 12:43 a.m. You were like, "I'll be leaving soon on my way home. Let me know if you need anything." And I was like, eyes rolled in the back of my head, dead asleep.
Yeah, we were just sitting around chatting, having a good old time.
The Monday post Super Bowl is responsible, surely, for a 2% drop in national GDP.
Yeah.
Has to be.
Yeah.
Like,
Absolutely.
no one's doing anything.
Well, like
today.
nobody was in like our,
I feel like I did a lot.
I don't
today.
even. I don't know if I should out anybody at work, but I feel like our work is no different than anybody else's. There just weren't a lot of people around. Like there's not a lot of
Yeah.
people around.
A lot of people were
and it's
out today.
fine. Like it's fine.
Starbucks gave free coffee and free iced coffee. Like free hot
Wow.
coffee and iced coffee today. for-
Also a future sponsor.
which is nice.
They really.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Or not. 'Cause I don't know. They have some issues, but.
Oh, never mind. Take it back.
Look, we'll take all the money right now.
Actually, yeah,
Yeah.
we do.
We'll
we do
get
need
picky and
funding.
choosy. We'll get picky and choosy later.
Yeah.
No, I mean we're gonna be fighting for the same ad dollars, so it's fine.
Okay.
Anyways, do we want to get into the real show, halftime?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so if you didn't know, Kendrick Lamar performed. I have been so excited about this. I also didn't. Okay, I need to watch the full promo because you said you saw this, but Timothy Chalamet was like interviewing Kendrick Lamar for Apple TV Music beforehand. And you were like, oh yeah, they've been doing that for weeks. I thought you would have seen it. And I was like, I don't know what's up with my algorithm because it
Yeah.
did not cross my desk. And I literally saved Timothy Chalamet into my phone and Kendrick Lamar at least once a day. So you would have thought that like literally my phone would have exploded and been like, we've got the perfect content for you.
I don't know why, because like it was everywhere. That's why I was like, I felt bad. I was like, should I have sent that to you? But then I'm like, I just thought you saw it. I don't know.
It's very random. Did you guys see them like?
Yes.
Yeah, I did
Sorry.
not know. I was unfamiliar with Timothy Chalamet's work. I did not realize he was a
Really?
top tier white guy. I
Yeah.
did not
Yes.
realize that.
Beloved.
When
Yeah.
when he started rapping the Heart Part 2, I was taken aback.
Yeah, he is.
I'm sorry, sir. I was not
Yes.
familiar with your work.
I think
He
a
is-
lot of people
Yeah.
feel that way.
He-
about him.
he is one of the exciting
Renaissance
whites.
man. Yeah.
It's great.
I have things to say about him later, but
Yeah.
we'll get into that topic
It
later.
is. It did feel very random, but it did make me laugh. They were talking about like the Super Bowl being in Louisiana or in New Orleans, and Timothy Chalamet is like, "Yeah, I've never been." And Kendrick Lamar's like, "You've never been to New Orleans?" And he was like, "No." And he's like, "Gah, that's crazy." And I was just like, I mean, he is like what, 12 years old? I don't know. When would he have gone? He's been making Dune for the past 17 years.
Well, New Orleans is an interesting city in its own right. I feel like from a national perspective, it's one of those places that like I wouldn't expect Timothy Chalamet to have ever been there.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
What would he do there?
Well, like I mean, that's kind of the thing with New Orleans. It's like
He would join an Anne
it has
Rice
appeal,
novel.
but it just has a very different
Actually,
kind of
yeah.
appeal than any other city.
Yeah.
Like you're not people aren't going to see landmarks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
The La Laurie mansion is right there. You
I
got
did
you
see
gotta
that.
go.
I did.
Yeah.
I
You
was
gotta
there in
go.
November for a friend of the pod, Tanya's birthday, and I was there. I saw it, and they wouldn't tell us like all the stuff about the La Laurie mansion because there were children in the little tour group, and then afterwards we gave her like an extra $10, and we were like, "Can you just tell us?" And
What?
I mean, as you guys know, it's crazy and it's horrible, but
Yeah.
Remind me, that's the one from
American Horror Story.
Okay,
I mean,
that's
she's
what
a
I
real
thought.
person.
Yeah.
But yeah.
'Cause it
From
was
American Horror
different.
Story.
Well,
So-
no, I think they changed her name in American Horror Story.
No, it's La Laurie.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Somehow the
Sorry.
American Horror Story version of her is actually the toned down version of the
Yeah.
actual individual, which is fucking nuts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
is crazy. But
Coming back to me now.
Timothy Chalamet wouldn't know.
He wouldn't. He's,
No,
he's
he
not
wouldn't.
about that life.
Yeah.
That's not his
would
journey.
blow away.
Not
Yeah, I
yet.
learned about that.
Not yet. Not yet. He'll get there.
He would just be like, man.
Trust me. He'll be
Shake his head.
He'll be in the movie soon. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
yeah, exactly.
He'll be like, once Kendrick told me about it, I just knew I had
Yeah.
to star in this.
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar is apparently producing a what are the South Park creators? Trey
and
Parker
Matt, yeah.
Stone. Yeah, they're he's producing a musical movie
Yeah.
written by them.
I
They
love
are.
It's
that.
coming out July 4th.
Yeah.
Chris has recently gotten me into South Park. I had never watched it before because my
So
parents
good.
said it was
What?
inappropriate, and now he shows me
Oh my
like the
gosh.
funniest episodes.
I have to. I think y'all would respect how careful I am with the episodes that I show
Which-
her.
I'm
Which
so curious
episodes?
what you've showed her.
Well, so
Girl Scout cookie.
I haven't done Girl Scout cookies yet. I've shown her obviously Good Times with Weapons, where they get the weapons and they throw the ninja star in Butter's eye.
Fantastic. Yep, great episode.
I've shown her the one where all the girls make the secret list, and
Yeah.
Kyle's the ugliest boy in the class.
Great one.
I show her ones that like don't really focus. I tried to show her Woodland Critter Christmas.
That
Oh,
was
why
awful.
would you? Why?
Because-
That was
because
so
be-
spicy.
no, I didn't lead with that.
Oh
I didn't
my
lead with
God.
it.
You're
We
not on
we
the
had
same
gotten
South
a
Park
we had
show.
gotten a couple in, and she was like, "Oh, that's really good." And I was like, let me just test something. real
That would have
quick."
been towards the back of the list. I would think.
It was a heat check, and I think there's nothing wrong with
you-
shooting your shot.
Did you airball that?
We did not finish the episode.
No,
Fair.
as soon as I saw the
Yeah.
devil worship animal fucking, I was like, what?
The blood
Yeah,
orgy, yes.
yeah.
Yes. That was where she cut out at, which I was just like, you know what? I knew. I figured that this would go this way. I just wanted to see, I got to test the limits.
Yeah.
You need to watch South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut.
The movie you would enjoy.
It's
Okay.
I
so
told you.
good.
They got
There's
they
something
not.
comforting about it.
Well, they're
It's a musical.
they're,
It's
yeah,
wonderful.
they're theater kids. They got nominated for an Oscar.
What would Brian Boitano do?
That's right. What would Brian Mortana do? Blame Canada?
Oh, he did show me what's the Mexican restaurant one?
Oh, Casa Bonita,
Casa
of
Bonita,
course.
yeah.
That's a good one. Real Place, by the way. I don't know if you knew that. Real
Yeah.
Place, and they bought it.
Because
Yeah, they did buy it.
two friends who live in Colorado said that they had been.
Yeah.
I used to
It was
live in
fun.
Colorado and I've never been, but
Really?
I want to go now. They have like a
Go back just for
jumping
Casa
gorilla
Bonita.
who dives into the
That's what I heard from the
Yeah.
episode.
crazy.
Yeah.
But anyways, so Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah. Transition.
Yeah, transition. Okay, so I've been very excited, as we all have been, about this performance. I think we were curious about like what songs he was gonna do, like how much he would kind of blow Drake out of the water. What were your thoughts, takes, feelings?
You want to go? I'll go first. Overall, it definitely met my expectations. I would say that it exceeded them when I watched it again today, because it's on Apple Music or on Apple. I think it's on Apple Music through Apple TV. But they have like the whole 13-minute, thing on there. It sounds a lot better than it did on TV. They just mixed it better. But no, it was phenomenal. Like there are just so many. Like, there are so many people that love rap, and, like, it's the most popular genre now. Like, even though it still has the same stigma, it's like everybody, like, people listen to rap music. It's the most popular genre. Even, like, country music, it's like I listen to it, I'm like, that's a rap song. I'm like, it sounds like a rap song, they just take stuff from it. That's, like, been the whole history of rap. But there's only one artist I can think of that can do what Kendrick just did. Mm-hmm. And he killed it, and it was phenomenal.
What did he do, Chris? White America is confused about what exactly he did last night.
Actually, White America is very confused because
Yeah.
we have every year we do like a Super Bowl recap on like the advertising and stuff at my work, and everyone was talking.
I heard
about,
them from the other room. It was
yeah,
very
everyone
funny.
was talking about the halftime show, and people were like, "Can someone explain like what's the Kendrick Drake thing?" And I was just like, it's like 40 people in this meeting rolling my eyes, and someone came in hot, and they were just like, also like, can we do closed captions on the
amount of people who couldn't understand what he was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was just like, how would you do closed captions on that, though?
But the thing is, like,
There were closed captions.
just be a part of the feeling, the vibe.
Yeah.
Just so
But-
you can know what he's saying without knowing what he's saying.
But like
Yeah.
it, like no matter how badly it was mixed on TV,
Which
there were
was
just
bad, by
yeah,
the way.
yeah,
It was
it
real
was
bad.
very bad. But like people just like if you don't listen to rap music, which a lot of people don't and vehemently are like I don't.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to understand it. Like it's
Yeah.
just like you're not used to that like cadence, that style. So yeah, like the closed captions aren't really going to help you either because
No.
you're just going to be like because you're going to be reading and you're not supposed to read
Well, no,
music.
because
It's just
people
not
were
that
even
fun.
saying like with the closed captions they couldn't understand what he was saying.
Yeah.
Like
Probably not.
It's a feeling.
keywords.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you can pick up on it. You could
Yeah.
be honestly, I don't even need the words at all, and I'd be like, I know what he's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, the worst part about the performance last night probably was the fact that he had to censor himself, given
yeah.
the stage of it. Rap music, especially a lot of Kendrick Lamar's best music, is predicated upon pushing boundaries. It's expressing himself in a very pointed manner. And that is something that does not lend itself to a production like the Super Bowl where every fifth word has to be censored or changed because they don't want to have to mash the drop button
Yeah.
from the producer's truck. And it completely ruins the flow. It ruins the vibe. It's the same reason that as much as I love rap and hip hop, I cannot listen to it on the radio because some of it is unlistenable given the amount of pauses that are needed
yeah.
to make it able to be played on the radio to fit within the FCC regulations. It
Yeah.
does the music a disservice. And I say that having seen Kendrick Lamar live, he's a tremendous live performer. He's probably
yeah.
the best live performer I've ever seen. He puts on a hell of a show. And I don't think last night was a good representation of his performance for that very reason.
Can I ask where you saw Kendrick live?
Yeah, I saw him on the Damn Tour in Charlotte.
Oh, okay. Because I saw him at the Veterans Home Arena.
The Virginia Beach Amphitheater.
Yeah, the Virginia
Yeah,
Beach
call
Amphitheater.
it by its real name.
Whatever it is. Yeah.
I
So,
don't
but
care
know
what that
Chris saw it
sponsorship
there too, but it
is.
was a different day or something.
No, I saw it up in what is it, Vienna?
Oh, never
Oh
mind.
no, Bristow. The other Veterans United Home Loans Amphitheater. I'll call it that one because I don't know what they call that amphitheater.
Okay. Never mind. I was like, wow, what if we were all like maybe at the same show, but no, we weren't.
But yeah, I mean, but rap. The thing with rap is like, it's just always had to do that. So like the radio versions of rap songs, I love because they sound so different from the
Yes.
actual song. So like Kendrick was very good. Like I feel like rappers are well versed at like it's like, hey, you're gonna be on Jimmy Fallon, you're gonna have to play your most popular song. You know what to do. So they're just like, all right, well I gotta drop like the fuck is the what or the
Yeah.
like it all just becomes something different. And Kendrick did a good job of that.
Well, it just reminds me the other day, I'd never seen this, but when Rage Against the Machine, Chris pulled it up when they were on the BBC, and it was like they asked them not to curse, and then they just like immediately were like,
Well, at the end, they saved it for the end of the song.
Yeah.
It's killing in the name.
Yes.
And at the end
Yeah.
where they're like, fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Like, they're just like, I won't do what you tell me. And then when they do the breakdown, he's just like, fuck you, I won't do it. And then they cut it.
yeah.
And the
little-
BBC
little
announcer.
British person is just like, sorry about that.
Yeah. She's like,
we didn't expect that.
well, she said, well, we did expect it, but we told them not to do it, and they did it anyway.
Yeah. But I also like, and this is probably a me thing, I was just thinking from Kendrick Lamar's perspective of having to like censor his music. I was like, God, if it were me, I would slip up. Like, because you're just so used to saying the same thing over and over again. I would just be like, I'd just be cursing at the Super Bowl, and
But-
then I'd be like, oh.
But for the Super Bowl, like, since it is so rehearsed,
Yeah.
he's probably good. But I mean, usually whenever there's a rap artist at the Super Bowl, there are a lot of them. Like the Dr. Dre, 50 Cent, Snoop Dogg, like they were all there. Like Eminem was there too, I think, at that one.
Yeah.
But like, so it was cool to see Kendrick he was just like, I was like, who is he gonna bring out?
Yeah.
And other than SZA, it was just like, no, I'm just gonna do it.
Serena Williams.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah.
Samuel
Yeah.
L. Jackson.
Yeah.
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 No, Serena was great. I think I don't think you noticed it at first.
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
But then once
I-
I was like, oh shit, that was.
I was like, I'm pretty sure that was Serena.
Which I
'cause
did not
she's
know.
crip walking.
I will say someone on our call this morning pointed out that
You didn't know they used to date?
No, that Serena
Oh.
and Drake
Oh, I
used to
didn't know
date.
that.
Oh yeah.
I also didn't know Drake and SZA had a dating history either.
Yeah,
Really?
theirs was very short. Like theirs was like
He's been with his wife since like high school.
She was very young at the time.
Drake?
no, Drake.
Oh, Drake.
No,
and
it's Drake.
SZA. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I thought you meant Kendrick. I was like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, yeah.
And the Serena thing was also like it didn't last very long.
Yeah.
Like But like, yeah, ever since then, he's done his Drake thing where he's just like, all right, it's just my list of women that I hate because I actually hate all women.
Yeah.
So like, you know, he'll like randomly drop something in a song where people are like, I know that's about Serena, and that's why, you know, it's like she's from Compton, Kendrick's from Compton, and that's why he says like better not speak on Serena.
Yeah.
So it's just like, you know, I said this on the past podcast. Drake set himself up for failure. He lost, but like the depth of the loss, I'm like, well, we just keep finding the score just keeps getting run up, and I'm here for it.
Which is staggering, by the way, because Drake's last 2 rap beefs have been historically bad losses for him.
Yeah.
This is his worst rap beef loss to date.
This is
And the
anyhow.
last one that was his worst required him to not be a deadbeat dad.
Yeah, yeah.
It required him to acknowledge a hidden child.
He's hiding
Yeah.
a child.
Imagine for a second taking that L, being forced into fatherhood when you clearly don't want to,
Yeah.
and then somehow your next salvo into rap beef, you eclipse that. And now you're not just a dad, you're a dad who also is a known pedophile, that the world is screaming you're a pedophile on the biggest stage.
Yeah.
Your mortal enemy
Yeah.
won 5 Grammys off the back of calling you a pedophile.
That's
Something
right.
that's never been done in Grammy history before.
All of
Yeah.
music's hit makers in the same room, just saying A minor.
Just
Great.
Well, but
Incredible
everyone at the
stuff.
Super Bowl saying A minor. He was wearing like a little A minor
Yeah.
on his chain.
That's
Oh, I
the
didn't
that's the
see
that's the
that.
PG Lang logo.
Oh, never mind.
I thought it was A minor.
I thought
too,
it
'cause
was,
it's a little
yeah.
lowercase a.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I
that's
don't
the
know.
PG Lang logo.
But yeah, no, it was great. I really enjoyed it. I don't know what the next thing is gonna be. Maybe I think Drake putting out an album next week. I think
He-
he's putting
he
out
is.
a
He's in hiding in Australia right now.
yeah, he's putting out like a collab
Drake's
album
Island.
with somebody. Yeah, Drake. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Molly and I
Graham,
were
Graham
Island.
Island.
Yeah, that's what Molly and I were saying last
coined
episode
that.
Drake has to be hiding out on Drake's Island, and someone
Which
informed
apparently
us
exists,
is
yeah.
the real place
Probably.
in Maine.
I feel like everybody has an
That
island.
people-
Like if
Well,
you're
no,
rich
no,
enough,
like
you have an
It's
island.
not his island. It's just an island in like Maine or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
called Drake
So we
Island.
can't call it.
And he
Drake's
also
Island.
is there. I mean, who would have thought?
He is.
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, I was like, wow.
Nah, I think he's in Australia, right?
Yeah, he's hiding in Australia.
And he was wearing the bulletproof vest the other night at one of his shows. Like he came out in a bulletproof like a vest
Honestly,
that had
should,
bullet
yeah.
holes
He had a
in it.
show?
Yeah, and he came out with a
he
vest
was
that had
hiding.
bullets on it.
I thought Drake's Island was Little St. James.
What?
Epstein's Island.
Oh. Yeah.
A minor.
Interesting. But I will say, so there were like a lot of things that people were talking about, like hidden meanings and double entendres in his performance and stuff, that I think is interesting because I feel like it's one of those things where when you guys were in English class, would you ever like read something and they would be like, oh, like the writer, like they have blue curtains because it means this and this, and sometimes like you would like be like, I think they just wanted a blue curtain.
Maybe.
And so I'm curious, like what things is it like, oh, are we reading into this a lot, or what things was it like Kendrick definitely meant this? You know?
I mean the symbolism, like the American symbolism.
Yes.
Obviously, that was
Someone
pretty
at
on
where
the
we were,
nose.
they were like, "Wow, this is really patriotic," and I was like,
Oh,
And
talk about
it's-
missing the.
And it's just so like, but I think that the thing is also like it is though. Like I don't think that he is doing it as like a like I just want y'all to know that like America is like no, I'm like it is America. Whether people want to admit it or not, the issue is that we don't want to. Right?
Yeah.
Like we don't want to admit that America is like also rap music. It's like I mean, where else would this have started? You know.
"Yeah,
So like no, like all of that was great. I had never even thought to just call Samuel L. Jackson Uncle Sam. I mean I was like,
Yeah.
oh. Like right when he popped up, I was like, oh, he's Uncle. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
wow, I'm already on board.
I also loved Kendrick going up to the 3 backup dancers, and he's like, "Should I do their favorite song? Like, I
Oh,
want to do
yeah.
it, but they like to sue."
They like-
And
Yeah,
it was
that's
great.
It was.
Good. The thing is, I was texting Molly and friend of the pod Megan. I was like, Kendrick Lamar is so funny.
He's
He
also
is.
a little
He is
cutie
hilarious.
pie.
He is.
Like
He's
his
adorable.
little
Smile, like,
oh
when
my
he's
god,
walking
the
by the
smile.
smirk,
Yeah,
If I
yeah.
send that to you, that's because I'm on some. Like if I send you, I literally have this photo saved.
Oh, of him smiling like the Say Drake.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
say
Yeah.
Iconic.
Because if I send it, just know I'm.
Yeah.
And like he's always been funny. Like his music videos have always been funny. Whenever he's in any kind of role, like the commercial he did with Shaq,
Yeah.
where it's just like throwing this, like he like throws the soap at his head. Like that was just he just did that like ad lib. He's just
Yeah.
he's a funny person. He's a very carefree person, which is why like he positioned himself so well in life and in this beef, where it's just like Kendrick just does not care at the end of the day about being famous. I mean, of course he cares about being famous, but like Drake, lives and dies by all of those things.
Yeah.
So like, of course he's gonna lose.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's what made his position in the whole beef so interesting, because if you're Drake, you don't have many avenues of attack towards Kendrick personality-wise, and so your only real course of action there is to throw something at the wall, see if it sticks.
Yeah.
And that's what came out with the whole like, oh yeah, Dave Freeze actually the father of your children, you beat Whitney, stuff like that. And anything about Kendrick that he allows himself to reveal publicly, because he's a very private individual ultimately, just flies in the face of that. And just like in a rap beef, if you're going to throw something like that out there unsubstantiated, it has to make sense.
Yeah.
And it just never did. Like, it fell flat for anyone except the hardest Drake stans.
Yeah.
And everyone's just kind of like, that doesn't check out at all. Like, that doesn't, no.
Yeah, but like the thing with Drake is you can always get him, which Kendrick and Pusha T learned. It's like, because Drake doesn't reveal anything in his own songs, all his songs sound the same.
Yeah.
So at the end
That's
of the day,
helpful when you don't write any of your actual music.
The thing
That's
is,
right.
Drake is very pop rap, and I feel like Kendrick is very like
actual
artistic.
rap, yeah.
Yes.
You know?
It's the reason he has a Pulitzer. It's,
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, like Drake tried to do the whole like 8 Mile thing at the end, where it's just like, I know that like people say this about me. I am white. I live in a trailer with my, but like it just doesn't work. Like at the end of the day, it's like no. Like you can't just at the end of this rap beef just be like, make that song. What was it? The Heart Part.
Heart Part 6.
Heart Part 5. No, that was 5.
Or 5,
Because Kendrick
yeah.
was 6. It's like the worst song I've ever heard in my life.
It was really
Like-
bad. It was dog shit.
Like it's literally like I know he wrote that one himself, because he's just like, look, I'm not really a pedophile. I know it's been a while, but like it was so bad. And I'm like, oh,
it was
this is-
B-Rad from Malibu levels.
I'm like, this sounds like a confessional, and it's just really
Also, I feel
ridiculous.
like if you have to say like, I am not a pedophile, like it's you are.
It's the
Like,
Always
Yeah.
Sunny thing.
It's like Carla Sofia Gaston being like, I'm not a racist.
Yeah, and it's
Oh
like, what?
God,
You have to say
we
it.
gotta write a song about how we don't diddle kids.
that's right.
Nothing will make people think you diddle kids faster than writing a song
Yeah.
about
That's right.
it.
Yes.
Like,
That's right.
Yes, exactly.
But no, it was a very good halftime show.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. It was the highlight of the night because
Yeah.
again, the game was
there
what it was.
Yeah.
not a whole lot else.
Also, I'm curious what you thought of his outfit, because one of our friends, Kathy, was sitting with us. She was like, "Are bell bottoms back for
He
men?"
was wearing
They are
flare
now.
jeans.
Yeah, and I said, "That's what I said." I said, "They are now."
Yeah.
That's right.
So Kendrick
I love.
brought
That's
him
what I'm
back.
saying. A little cutie pie. Like he's
Yeah, he
wearing
was pulling them
flare.
off.
He's wearing Old Navy flare jeans.
Yes.
On the stage.
Which honestly, flare jeans on a short king, that's a hard move to pull off.
Yeah.
With just regular flat sneakers, like this is us bringing. This is our
Yeah.
take.
No,
on-
I've been waiting to say it.
Yeah.
No, I mean this. No, I
But he
love
was
it.
like with his little like letter, or with like a sports football. It wasn't a Letterman jacket. I don't know what you call it.
It was kind of It was
Yeah.
Letterman
Yeah.
adjacent.
I
Yeah.
was like, okay.
All I could think
I'm
about
thinking
is
that
like
vibe.
when you think about a halftime performer, they are performing, they are dancing and running around a football field.
Yeah.
I was
And I
thinking
was
that
like,
too.
I know he is sweating his ass off.
Oh, he
right
was.
Yeah.
And he's also asthmatic too, which makes
Yeah.
it extra
Really?
impressive.
Yeah, he is.
Yes, he has a very hard time performing live because he has to manage his
Yeah.
breath
Oh, no.
very, very carefully.
Yeah.
And this is
Wow.
a hot take, but I was actually thinking about like, because rap is like at a different like.
Does Drake have asthma?
He did that line. Waking up at 6 a.m., 6 miles a day, conditioning my wind.
Yep. Yep.
It's on the new album.
Yeah.
Wow.
Man in the Garden.
I feel like rap is like, as opposed to when you're like singing, is at a different like place in your chest. That almost makes it harder to move around. As opposed to like, I feel like when you're singing, you're taking like a lot of those like deep breaths that you would need to like exercise. And I say this being neither a singer nor a rapper nor a person who exercises
Nor
a
an
lot.
athlete.
Yeah, but this is my like hypothesis. So I'm like, I
Yeah.
think it's almost like harder to do all of that while rapping.
I mean, most people that do sing and move around are lip syncing
Yeah.
because they
Yeah.
have to. Like,
Yeah.
like it is difficult to do that. Yeah,
like
Yeah.
you have
Yeah.
to, yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta pull it together.
yeah, you got to.
That was almost like your Nosferatu impression, like
I've heard that. It was,
Yeah.
it was pretty good.
Nosferatu impression.
everyone has. It's a good
Yeah.
impression. You are good at impressions.
Thank you.
Your other one. What was your other one that was so good?
Oh,
my
that Chris! I
gosh.
texted you. Chris was laughing about it when I was.
Oh
doing
my
Shakira.
god.
Was it
Yeah, it was Shakira. Yeah. She did a Shakira impression last week of her at the Grammys. It was very good.
Yeah.
I'm not bringing it back now.
Yeah, you got to go listen to the episode if you want to know.
Episode
Yeah.
44.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was a great halftime show. I have no no notes.
Do y'all have a ranking? Does anybody have a ranking of like? Because I feel like with halftime shows, it's really just about the ones you remember the most, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like this one is definitely going to be one that I'll remember. Prince for me is still
Prince
like.
is my-
I mean that's
Prince
probably
is
my
my
top
number
one.
one.
It was really good, but like I mean it's definitely up there. The thing with the halftime shows that are really funny for me is like the whole reason that they did them was because like they didn't want people turning the channel and watching in living color during the halftime show. So like we've only been doing it since what 92, 93, something like that. Like it's not that old, but there have been a lot that just aren't that memorable.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, like for this one, I'm like, yes, this one is memorable for me. Shakira J-Lo is memorable for
That's
me.
what I was gonna say.
That's so funny because last night I was reminded after the fact we were watching Total Request Playlist on MTV Classic
Nice.
till 2 a.m.
Nice.
And a J-Lo video came on, and Jessica was like, "Oh, didn't she do the Super Bowl
Yeah.
recently?" And I was like,
So-
"Oh yeah."
I
I
So
was
do you
gonna
remember?
say-
So do you remember that
They
Super
were
Bowl?
not memorable.
No, not at all.
well-
I completely
We were
forgot
all
that
together.
Well,
I think.
well, I remember that Super Bowl because it was at your house.
We didn't know each other.
That was the 13-3 Super. Remember the Patriots Rams game? That was like
Yeah.
just the worst Super Bowl
No, it
that's
wasn't.
ever
We
been.
were at your house, Chris, because I remember you were betting on the outfit changes because that was our first Super Bowl when we were dating, and I came back from a wedding. It was right before the pandemic.
No, we were at Molly's house because the dog shit on the middle of the living room floor,
No.
right?
No, I'm thinking of Lady Gaga. It was Lady Gaga at yours because she jumped off the top of the stadium.
Yeah.
Like that is what I remember from that Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's a memorable one.
So
for
yeah, you're
sure.
right. Never mind.
I will say
Again,
we
I guess it's not that memorable because
Yeah.
I don't even remember where I was.
This,
Yeah, what
this
about
mine is a
yours,
vault.
Molly?
Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I,
yeah, yeah.
I was
We're just gonna
say-
keep it. We're just gonna keep it going.
Well,
there.
the first thing I was going to say was that we actually were trying to figure out what was the most watched halftime show, and we couldn't figure it out because everyone says something different. Like every outlet says something different.
Yeah,
So some people say it's Lady Gaga, some people say it's Rihanna. Then Rihanna was pushed away by Usher.
yeah.
So
The ratings like they just don't really do the ratings that way. Like they
Yeah.
just do it by peak viewership.
yeah.
And peak viewership is usually at halftime, but like the last 3 Super Bowls have just keep breaking the record. So like it isn't really like I feel like it's not a good indicator of like which
Yeah.
one people really wanted to see. Because like I was excited for Usher, but I feel like a lot, I don't know if
Yeah.
everybody was like, oh, it's Usher.
I know. And I would think like maybe Michael Jackson, but then I was like, well, were people as many people watching?
Yeah, the ratings weren't. They just weren't high
Yeah,
enough back then.
right.
I mean, they were
Yeah.
astronomical, still higher than anything else. But like now, they're in the 100 millions every year.
Also, in case you were wondering, the reason we wanted to know that is because we have a little Super Bowl trivia for you all, which we can do now, or we can do after we talk about commercials. Which would you prefer?
Do it now.
Yeah, why don't we do it
We're-
now?
we're
Okay,
here.
okay.
Yeah,
We're here.
we'll put
Should
a
we
bow
go,
on
like-
this halftime.
Yeah, we
Which
can do either or.
Well, based on my memory of Super Bowl halftime shows from earlier, I think we're gonna be great at this.
Yeah, I do have a lot of faith in you guys.
Yeah. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
You can go first.
Okay.
Oh no, I'm joking.
Okay, good. We're on the same
God,
page.
oh god,
then.
no. Oh
Fantastic.
yeah, but let's do it.
Oh, I think you guys will get it. Yeah.
Yeah, I
They're-
don't think
they're
it's
not
super
hard,
hard, but
yeah.
I don't think it's. I mean, it
And
would be
fa-
hard
and
for me.
Listeners, play along.
Play along. Okay, so question number 1.
Okay.
What artist performed at the first ever Super Bowl in 1967?
I thought it was a band.
Yeah, I was gonna say artist is a little misleading. We
Yeah.
should say performance.
Is it a
Okay.
band?
It is a band.
Yeah, it was like a marching band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
University
Oh.
of
Yeah.
Arizona Symphonic Marching Band.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good.
1 point for Chris.
Kind of.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I said
Yeah,
it's
I know.
marching band, right?
Wait, is this a cooperative thing or a competitive
you're
thing?
Competitive. You're competing.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh, see, they didn't say that.
See, okay.
Elbow each other, hit each other.
Fight each other.
Ding ding.
Let's make it a Jerry Springer episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Number 2.
So 43.
Numero dos.
Go on.
Number duh. Who stunned the crowd by descending from the stadium roof in the 2017
Lady Gaga, Lady Gaga, Lady Gaga.
There
Was
you
that
go.
2017?
As
Then I
soon
guess
as-
that wasn't at your house.
Yeah.
As soon as he said that a few minutes ago, I was like,
I have
yeah.
no idea. Then I have no idea who did Super Bowl at yours, son.
I couldn't tell you. I have no
Well,
idea.
Wow.
maybe it's this one. Well, which year did The Weeknd perform the Super Bowl in Tampa, Florida?
2022.
I think it's 21.
21.
That was Brady. That was when they won the Super Bowl and they hosted it.
22 maybe was Rihanna.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's when my dad was like,
Hope that
there's,
wasn't a question.
he goes, there's Brianna promoting her makeup line. And I was like, Okay, so he knows she has a makeup line,
Yeah.
but he doesn't know that her name's Rihanna.
Brie.
Yeah, I was like,
The bad girl Brie.
okay. Anyways,
These first half are Alexa's questions, and then I have like ones later on.
How many questions are there?
oh,
Actually, probably
He's like,
most
I'm
of
ready
them
to
are yours.
start
12.
over.
12
Okay.
questions.
12.
That's not bad.
That's not bad. We're,
Yeah.
I've done one where
we're on
there's 30
4.
questions.
We're on 4
Oh
now.
my
Okay.
god.
Don't look it up, Chris.
No,
He's cheating right
I'm
now.
sorry.
This is
I had to
speed.
text.
This is fraudulent.
I'm actually texting my mom. Shout out, Mom. She'll never listen to this. But shout out, Mom.
Deducting points.
Yeah.
Okay, that just means you have a faster chance.
Fantastic.
All right.
Okay, what kind of animal costume stole the headlines following Katy Perry's 2015 Super Bowl
Shark.
performance?
Nice. Good job.
Which one?
What?
Left shark?
Ah, there it is.
Oh, I didn't even put that.
Well done.
You do know about that because... Oh,
I said I didn't put
okay,
it.
got it.
But
Sorry.
I also don't think I remember. Anyways, okay. How many halftime shows has Beyonce done?
That's great.
I would say 2.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm confused though. What's the other one? Because there's the Coldplay one.
She
did the-
did
Oh,
one her
yeah,
own
she had
and
yeah.
Destiny's Child, I think.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I was like, I swear she was in one other
I still think about
one.
the Coldplay one because it's crazy. No one remembers that it was Coldplay.
When did
except for me just
Coldplay
now.
do? When did Coldplay do a Super Bowl
Exactly.
halftime?
That was
Yeah.
around. I think it was around Viva La Vida. No,
Honestly,
actually, yeah, it was
Way
2015.
later,
Yeah.
2015.
Hot take: when he was doing the Grammys last week, I felt bad. He was doing the
In memoriam.
in memoriam, and I was just like, one, why is he so long? And two, I don't know why. I was like, he kind of is pissing me off.
Was he singing clocks?
No, he was singing some other song, but I was just like, he's annoying the shit out of me, Chris Martin.
Wow.
I think,
he didn't. He was really. He annoyed you that much doing that.
I just think, like, looking at him, I just realized I was like, you're kind of annoying.
Chop
you're
chop.
kind of like,
Speed through it. Let's
yeah.
go.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, us?
No.
No.
That was your reaction
no.
to him.
Oh, yes, I thought you meant
Saying
to
he was going on too long.
so quick to be like,
Yeah,
oh,
no,
sorry.
hurry the hell
I
up,
was gonna be
Alexa. I
like,
got places to be.
Excuse me? Come on, our
He's like in this trivia.
Let's tighten this
skip
show
next
up.
one.
I didn't come here for
No,
games.
Okay. Which iconic
Oh.
group reunited for the 2001 halftime show alongside Britney Spears and Nelly?
In sync?
Yes.
Good.
Ah!
There you go.
I didn't know that.
Okay.
That was a guess.
Okay, who performed the longest solo halftime show in Super Bowl history in, well, I won't say the date. Do you guys know?
Well, wait.
The longest solo.
What's
Longest
the date?
solo. Because I'm worried, because if you
It'll
know
give
the
it
date,
away.
it might give it away.
So you mean it's only one artist, right?
Yeah.
No guess or anything?
I would guess The Weeknd.
Yeah, that would be my guess too.
2007 is your next
Oh,
one.
Prince.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
why I was worried
Okay.
about saying, because I was like, you
Okay.
just get it.
What are the only non-football athletes to perform at halftime?
Wait.
Serena?
Wait, non-football athletes?
Well, this was before last night. So.
Oh. Non-football athletes.
like
Yeah, right.
Like, they're athletes who don't play football
yeah.
Performing?
at the halftime show.
This, by the way, sounds really lame. Sorry.
It-
Oh, wait.
Chess players.
Maybe not.
Yul Brynner.
non-football athletes performing at halftime.
I wasn't aware that there was one.
Yeah.
Shaq?
That's a good guess.
That is a
Yeah,
good
that
guess,
is
yeah.
good.
That's the
it's
only-
wrong, but it's good.
Yeah, but what
It's
is
not
it?
like a
Okay.
person, it's a type
Yeah.
of sport. We're just saying what sport it was.
Oh,
What type of athlete.
soccer? I don't know.
Basketball?
Probably baseball.
It was figure skaters. In 1992, the halftime show was Winter Wonderland and featured a Frosty the Snowman rap performed by Gloria Estefan. And
So-
then they had Brian
Boitano.
Boitano
Boitano.
What would Brian Boitano
What will Brian
do?
Boitano do?
He
You haven't
would
seen the
perform at
movie yet.
half ball.
That's right.
and Dorothy
Hamill.
Hamill. They were skating on sheets of Teflon.
Interesting.
So interesting.
So this was pre-Michael Jackson, obviously.
You do
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
do a
1992.
halftime show
Yeah.
or two, because that's what Brian Boitano do.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I'll have to show you that movie.
Okay. What is the average cost of a 30-second Super Bowl commercial?
This
Now,
year?
8 million?
8 million, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, that was very
It goes up
specific.
every year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was the most expensive Super Bowl ad ever?
Are you asking for the individual ad?
Like, what was the product? What was the product? I
What was
guess?
the product?
Yeah.
Huh.
Good question.
Is it recent?
Yeah.
I have to.
I would say in the last 2 years. I don't have a date, but based on the people in it, I would say in the last 2 years.
I'm gonna guess it has to be maybe like a.
trying to think of who like lays in really heavy with cameos now.
So who is surprising to me? So don't worry about the
No. I meant
Yeah.
I meant who was in the company.
Yeah, think
Like
like
a company
Which companies?
I
a
would
bunch of
guess.
star
I would
fuckers?
guess Uber Eats.
That's not a terrible guess.
No, I'm sorry. And just kidding.
I'm-
Wow.
I'll give you one guess.
This is probably wrong, but I'm just thinking of people on their roster. Nike?
Good guess, but
That
no.
would be a good guess.
It is Amazon's Mind Reader ad starring Scarlett Johansson and Colin Jost, reportedly $26 million.
Oh, so that was really recent. They
Wow.
spent $26 million
Yeah.
It's Amazon.
on it, but like.
Reportedly.
Reportedly. Alleged.
Alleged.
So I know we didn't really have the conversation. I think I told you yesterday, like how my theory is like, it is typically worth it for companies to spend that much money because 110 million people are watching. I don't think it's worth it for Amazon.
What
to
does
do that.
Amazon have to gain
I
from that? What are you
I don't
doing?
think Amazon needs to do that at all. I don't think anybody's like,
And
they
it was
want to try out
actually-
this Amazon.com.
Yeah, I've never heard of this. This sounds like a novel product. I bet I can buy books there.
Yeah.
Sounds like they have everything. Wait, you said it was actually what?
The one before that, it was like, so there's a Mind Reader ad, which I don't even really remember their commercial. But then
No.
the other one was Amazon's. It was like Amazon. It was before Amazon or before Alexa or something, and it starred Ellen DeGeneres and Portia.
Oh,
The
yes.
Rossi. I
And
do remember
I
that
remember
one.
that one.
Yeah.
So that made sense because I remember it being very like grand. Like there was a lot of like,
Yeah.
you know, like it was like it was like ancient stuff or whatever they were
Yeah.
showing. So
It's still just so wild
I
for
know.
Amazon to be like, well, we got to do something. It's like, no,
Why
I don't
does
think you do.
Why does Amazon have an advertising or a marketing budget at all?
I know,
Yeah.
right?
It's superfluous at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just don't need it.
Gotta keep naming these streets. But anyway.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's your turn.
Okay.
What solo
Last question.
Last question.
Oh, wow.
We're
Well,
we're
really?
tied-
We went through 12.
We're
Quick.
tied up, I think.
We haven't been keeping track, so.
Yeah, I
It's
forgot.
definitely.
Well, there's 12
Okay.
questions, right? So.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, well, we got one wrong. Okay, go ahead.
What solo singer first performed the national anthem at the Super Bowl?
Whitney Houston?
Whitney Houston? I mean, she's the best one. but,
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the year?
74.
Oh.
Gloria, no.
Celine Dion?
The,
Canadian.
the Four Tops.
Charlie Pride.
Who was
Oh,
Charlie?
okay.
Oh, I don't know who that
Yeah.
is.
Who was Charlie Pride?
No idea. I just thought it was a fun
Interesting.
question because I
All right.
had
Yeah.
never thought about that
Yeah.
before.
Wow,
So
That
Ty,
is fun.
look at that.
Wow,
Wow.
look at that.
Cheers.
Good
That
job,
was
guys.
Better than expected.
Yeah.
great.
Before we go into commercials, could I please have some more wine?
We have commercials?
Yes, we do.
No,
What
no,
is what is tonight's
Talking
wine?
about commercials.
Oh!
We
So tonight,
I was like, damn, we're throwing to break.
That's right.
What a production.
we have advertisers. Just
right.
kidding. As
Prize
always,
picks.
a sweet ass wine of a barefoot Riesling for Molly and I. Ty is drinking, sponsor us, Williamsburg Winery, Governor's White.
2023.
Dove White.
Yes, and Chris is drinking a Virginia Beer Company Baker's,
Baker's
Ordinary
Ordinary
Bitter.
Bitter.
That's right.
And you can use promo code GRAPE to get 10% off your next order from the Williamsburg Winery. Go
Promo
to
code
williamsburgwinery.com slash poppin.
Slash
Slash,
poppin'.
oh, that would actually be good because of the corks, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, don't use that code or go there because we're not sponsored.
I
by
Go
don't
there,
enjoy
it'll-
the way you're holding
Yeah.
this.
Okay.
Why-
This,
why
that
are you
is
pouring
that
it
is
like that?
truly the worst way to pour anything.
You're holding that like a soldier does a heavy machine
Yeah.
gun.
She was holding it like it was a baby, and you were like what? Why?
That's
Because
how
I
you
just wanted to get the sound.
Oh, I see.
That's how you dunk a baby for like a baptism.
Exactly.
just
it really
go
is.
like,
That's
get in
how.
there.
That's how I got baptized. It was
Yeah, I've heard
Yeah.
your baptism story.
Chris was barely baptized, I
Why?
think.
No. I was definitely
You're not
baptized.
baptized?
No, I was definitely
After
baptized.
all that, he better be.
Yeah, it was a 40-minute baptism because I
40
cried. 'Cause
minutes?
I cried
Guys,
so much.
They made everybody stay.
No. They didn't make anybody stay. Nobody wanted to leave. I promise you.
I'm here to watch them drown this baby. Let's
one,
go.
No. One of my cousins
was-
has
how
so
old were
many
you?
pictures. Oh, I was like 9.
Oh, you were in a baby.
I can't swim. I can't swim. This is like Alexa telling one of her stories where I'm just like I'm always like she was 21 years old. Like an old Levitar, like an old Levitar joke. Like it's just like
Wait.
she was 21 years old. Yeah, I was 9.
Oh, so, but you weren't in a pool, right? Was it just like?
Yeah, I was in a pool. Like
That's in the middle of the ocean.
well, no, well, like
Waves. It's like Righteous Gemstone, the wave
Like,
pool.
yeah. Oh no, like the church had like the pool under the under the pulpit. Like they would
Gotcha.
take
Oh
it
yes,
away.
I guess
yeah.
that's
Fill
true.
it
I
up.
remember the first time
I'm
I ever
picturing-
saw that, it was like so shocking.
I know, because I picture like when I was a baby, it was like a little like thing that you just like put their little heads in.
See, I wish
I'm
I
not
had done it as a
baptized.
baby.
That's what
that
I was
would have been
picturing this
wonderful.
whole time. So
No,
when you're saying
no,
you're
no,
drowning,
no,
I'm
no.
like, what?
Yeah.
Chris is just 9 years old, and I don't mean this in a mean way, but I've seen pictures, just a little flat Stanley Chris, and I'm just picturing just like
Oh, you mean a wisp of a
wisp
man?
of a
yes.
a wisp of a 9-year-old, honestly.
There are a lot of pictures of me crying. Shout out to my cousin. Actually, I'm not gonna say her name because she did me dirty that day. But yeah, there are a lot of pictures of me crying, and then there's a picture of me going down, and then there's a picture of me leg up under the water, and then coming back up. I'll have to find them. I'll try to find them.
5 years.
You thought you were going to see God that day. It's like, I'm not coming up from this
What
water.
were you wear? What do they make you wear when they put you all the way in a water?
White.
You got the gown, right? The nightgown?
No, like white t-shirt and I think I was wearing like shorts or like
Okay.
Hopefully not white pants.
So I just
No.
so I was picturing dress
brown
pants. like,
brown
oh,
pants. yeah, brown pants.
My
that's what
slacks, protect my slacks.
I remember like I never wanted to like it was always a battle for my mom to get me to wake up and actually go to church. And I remember I was actually excited at the end because like after all that she was like, all right, let's go home. Like because it was before church, so she was like, all right, let's go home. I was like,
So we can
Yeah.
never come back here.
Yeah.
You've embarrassed me.
no, it's a family church. I think they named the pool after. No, they didn't.
In memory of Chris Williams.
Anyway.
They wouldn't let me into the baptismal because I kept spilling my McMuffin
That was
into it.
great.
Oh yeah, that's understandable.
It happens.
I'm not allowed to go back to church with my sister because I spilled that thing that has like it had like 100 little things of communion.
The wafers?
Yeah, and the wafers
You
and the
spilled
communion
it?
wine.
You're just dumping Christ
That's
everywhere.
the
Yeah.
most Alexa.
But why did you spill it? Oh,
Because
well, they
it's
were
heavy.
passing it
Yeah,
around?
they're passing
Can I
it
tell
around.
you-
It has a bunch of little like
Oh, no,
shot
no, I
glasses of
understand
grape
what it
juice.
is.
And I just went all.
Yes, I just went, what?
So the reason I say that
I was
this
21
Alexa
years old.
story is
It is-
because
yeah,
it's very,
you were.
it's a very Fleabag story, and
Yeah.
you are very Fleabag coded.
I could see
so
that.
it
That-
just like feels very.
I would have a guinea pig.
That
someday.
is so much like that is a quintessential you story.
And I just remember Olivia, like my sister, her name is Olivia, just looking at me and just like,
I can't believe you just dumped Jesus on the floor like that.
yeah. I was just like, what? Why wouldn't they have lids? Like, why are they serving it like this?
the
It's
fact,
not a Slurpee.
yeah,
It's-
yeah. The fact that like that would happen, and like I feel like I would react the same way, where I'd just be like, I wouldn't be like, oh my god, this is so embarrassing, we have to leave. I'd just be like,
Alexa. I'm just like scooping the wafers back into the big golden
Oh,
tin.
you know what you have to do though? I've seen like pastors, if you
Apologizing
drop one,
5,000
no, if you drop
times.
one on the floor, you have to eat it because like the idea is
What?
you can't leave any like uneaten.
what? I've never
Yeah.
heard
So
that.
Alexa, you actually were supposed to like eat all.
I was hungry, so
I'm
like it
joking.
would have been fine.
Somebody
but-
was
slurping,
supposed
slurping it all off.
Let
I'm
me-
just like, yeah, slurping it off the floor.
Let me tell you.
Not the wine, the wafer thing.
Also the wine. I'm sure they're like, that's the blood of Christ.
Let me tell you, if they
Get
got
on your knees.
if they got leftover crackers at the end of a mass, there's not a priest finishing the mass going backstage. Oh shit!
Yeah, exactly.
There's 50 bodies here. I've got to
Yeah.
No,
consume.
at our
Yeah.
church, they turn around and like eat them. Like everybody's singing still. And they're
I
like,
knew I shouldn't have had
He goes back
donkey
to say,
this
like, the
morning
sermon,
for
he's just like,
breakfast.
Are you serious?
yes. They
Just,
turn
like,
they turn
swallowing.
around and like eat
He's
them.
got some wafer crumbs on his beard or something.
It must
Because
be
it
like
stresses me, and they have to drink the goblin thing.
Oh my
Goblin.
god, goblin.
that must be like the most important job in your church, like the person that has to like count, like do a head count and just be like, all right, we're gonna call it 70. If I'm wrong again, the priest is gonna be so pissed at me.
And then they watch me
Yeah.
drop it, and they're just like, I've been planning this all week.
This is my one job.
Just like, what? Anyways.
Anyway.
Really, this is really messing with my figure. I'm trying to watch my calories, and
Yeah.
I just these wafers, they really get after you.
God knew I'd be too powerful with that much in my blood sugar.
Yeah. He was like, not that one.
But anyways, so do you guys want to talk about commercials a little bit?
Oh yeah, forgot we haven't talked about that yet.
Yeah,
Let's go
so-
throw to commercials.
Yeah. And now for a commercial break. Boo.
So, what was like some of your most memorable commercials?
That's actually what you leave a voicemail. I don't know why I did that.
Okay.
Or no, it's like the color thing. I don't know. I can't.
I'll go first because I don't remember a lot of them. Like I was
Yeah.
very bad commercial watcher this year, but the Uber Eats one, Matthew McConaughey,
Oh
very
yeah.
good, very good.
The Bears.
Made me laugh.
It was
Made me
good, yeah.
laugh.
And they've been. Here's one thing I will say about the commercials is I wish they had an embargo on them until the Super Bowl because it really does take so I will say one of my favorite ones was the Catherine O'Hara
and Willem
Dafoe
when
commercial when they're playing.
No.
And I saw this commercial like a
Oh,
couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I texted Molly and Megan about it. I was like, I just saw a commercial with Catherine O'Hara, Willem Dafoe, they're playing pickleball and drinking Michelob Ultra, and you guys were like, what? And I was like, I swear to God, it wasn't a dream.
Like, that sound like, and then I saw it, and I was like, okay, first of all, Willem Dafoe, like, every time I see him, I'm like, that man can get it, honestly.
Really?
Like, yeah, he looks so good. Crush? I think so.
Wow.
But I agree, like, so one of my favorite ones was, not one of my favorites, but like the one that I had seen so much before the actual Super Bowl.
Really? Willem Dafoe?
Stop.
Have you seen Poor Things?
I have not.
Oh.
Actually, in the ad, though, look him up in the ad.
List.
Look him up in the
It's
commercial.
those pickleball legs.
He looked good. He's actually very fit.
That's a face only a mother could love.
Oh, and Molly.
And Molly.
Well, yeah, apparently.
It's kind of true. He's just like weird looking, but in like a freaky way. Like I love
You
him.
like weird
He's
hotties.
a freaky little man.
Yeah, you
All
Like
right.
actually, he's a freaky little man.
you like a little freak.
Yeah.
Is he short?
I
He
think
seems
so.
petite.
Yeah.
He seems like
Wow.
I couldn't fit into his jeans. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I didn't know where you were going with
His
that.
jeans.
Okay. I was
Yeah.
like,
I'm never pictured him wearing jeans. Well, I was just gonna say really quick. So the Dunkin' commercial had Ben Affleck, Casey Affleck, and Jeremy Strong, which I didn't know he was from Boston. And
I didn't
that commercial, that's why because he mentions it in the commercial.
Huh.
And he was making fun of himself being a method actor, and I was like, that's cute. But I would have liked it better if I had been surprised by it during the Super Bowl, but I had seen it so many times beforehand. So, like, I hate it because when people are, like, pointing out, like, oh, that's, like, whatever, I'm just like, yeah, I've already seen it.
Yeah, like I'm already
Cool.
in the know.
It is kind of weird. Like, it's a pretty recent trend of people, like, releasing it early.
Yeah.
And I feel like it kind of, in a way, it's kind of weird that you pay $8 million.
I know, to release it early.
And then people see it and they're like, oh, I already saw this.
Well, the idea, I think, is they show teasers and then they're like, watch the full ad during the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they do a lot of
Then
that.
they don't even
Weird.
release the full ad.
Haagen-Dazs did one. Haagen-Dazs did.
Dead air. No dead air.
What was Haagen-Dazs's? Oh, that was the tongue one, wasn't it?
No, the tongue one was the cold foam.
No, the brand was it cold foam? Oh, you didn't see the tongue one?
No.
Oh, it was haunting. It was
awful.
I missed that
Well,
one
the
too.
worst
Oh.
one, I'll tell you guys my worst one.
But that was Coffee Mate.
Yeah, it was Coffee Mate. That's what it was.
It's like his
Ew.
tongue like comes up and does all the stuff.
Yeah.
while-
Yeah.
I literally was like, I was like,
I saw like
one of my
people
favorite
talking
games
about
to
that,
play is like you're watching a Super Bowl commercial and you're like, what's this a commercial for? And
Yeah.
you're like slowly trying to figure it out and then you're like,
Well, the best one for that was the boobs one.
That one was good.
That was a good
That
one.
was good because that was for sure like it got everybody's attention.
The was it Pfizer? The Pfizer commercial was good with the kid.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that one was
Yeah.
really
I did
good.
like the Gemini one where he's like, oh, he was saying like his job qualifications was basically like him being a parent. I thought that was touching.
Yeah, like
Yeah, that
like
was-
like stay-at-home dad thing. Yeah, that was
You know
really
what was
good.
interesting was there were two commercials that had the same plot. There was the Little Caesars one, I think, was the eyebrow one with
Oh, yeah.
Eugene Levy. His eyebrows flew off, and then
And
there
the
shortly
mustache
after
one?
there was a mustache one.
Yeah.
And I was
The
like,
Pringles one,
The Pringles
right?
one. I
Yeah.
was like, I bet they were so pissed that they
Oh,
had the
yeah.
same. And somebody at work was like, probably because they used AI to like write
Yeah.
it. And they just had the
Probably.
same story.
I would be, yeah,
Probably.
that's crazy. The Martha Stewart one was the first one I saw. So she was in two. There was one where she does one for Skechers, and I was like, oh wow, look at her, she looks so hot.
that
And then
was
she
the first
does
one I
like
saw, too.
basically like this AI dance where it's like literally her legs are like a little too long, her arms are too long. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, this is weird. I was like possessed Martha Stewart. No,
Yeah.
thank you.
And they did Uber Eats, right? Her
Yeah.
and Charlie.
Yes.
Yeah, they were both in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also Seal the Seal.
Okay, so that was the one I was going to say scared the shit out of me.
That was
As
wild.
you know, because I have a fear of people being animals.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
So that
Seal
one
the Singer.
haunted me.
Yeah, I
Love
did
the
not.
song, though.
You explicitly, well, that was Walrus, but walruses and seals are very similar. In case you don't know, Ty, there's a movie where Justin Long gets sewn inside of a walrus, right? And
He
that
gets
has,
basically turned into
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
turned
and
into
that
one.
has,
Sounds dope.
No, it's horrifying.
it's really, actually, look
It's
up this.
really scarred
Sounds
me.
cool. Sounds cool.
Look up the
I like
screenshots
it.
from that movie. It does look scary. I've
It's
never
like
seen it, but
the epitome of a body horror. film. Like
Justin
it's-
Long is so good at those types of movies.
I know,
Yeah,
but
he
I
is.
can't look at him the same. Like I'm so scared of him.
Oh, it's
I
scarred
could see him
for
as
life.
a
I'm
walrus.
so scarred.
Do you
for
think
life.
he's attractive?
No, because I think of him as a walrus.
I always think of him from the Mac commercials, where he's like, "I'm a Mac," and the
Oh,
other guy's
yeah.
like, "I'm a PC."
Yeah, I forgot he was in those.
Yeah.
I always think of him from
He's a straight nerd.
Zack and Miri Make a Porno. No, actually, I think of him from Accepted,
No, yeah.
which
Yeah,
you've
I
never
know
seen.
some
Yeah,
things.
Oh, it's great.
He's
I know
one
him from
he's
Drew
one
Barrymore.
of Alvin and the Chipmunks. Yeah, he used to date Drew Barrymore.
That's like my main association. I'll be honest.
He's one of the Chipmunks.
I didn't know that.
Used to
I
date
have,
Drew
one.
Barrymore.
I have a bad confession. At work, we have the TV on in our office, and it's normally turned to FX, and so it's just a constant stream of
Same with
terrible,
ours.
terrible movies. I recently learned that I had been confusing Cameron Diaz and Drew Barrymore my entire life.
Oh, that's fair.
I
I-
actually have done that most of my life too,
Oh.
because I love Charlie's Angels so much. But I
That
could
was the
not.
movie.
But I could not.
Oh.
Like I always called Cameron Drew and Drew Cameron, even though I know Cameron Diaz. Like, I mean, Cameron Diaz has been around forever,
yeah.
and now she like sits.
She dropped off the face of the earth until recently.
Yeah.
She's like in a new movie.
Oh no,
So you're thinking of Drew Barrymore.
I am,
Wow.
because I was literally about to say now she sits crisscross applesauce and
On a
she sits
stick.
too close to Kamala Harris on the couch.
Everybody.
But
she-
that is Drew Barrymore.
That's true.
That's so
That's
bad.
incredible that just
That's
happened.
so
That's
bad.
funny.
Yeah, Cameron Diaz, yes, the dancing in Charlie's Angels. Like
Yes.
she's always the
Yeah.
dancer. She's always the fun
Yeah.
one. She had the comb in her hair, correct?
Yes.
What?
No, in
There's something about Mary?
there's
Yeah.
Oh, Cameron Diaz. Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Drew Barrymore.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
maybe, I don't know. Lucy, it ends up being Lucy Liu. It's like, oh my god. So embarrassing.
Anyway,
But yeah.
I liked the Barry Keoghan one because
yeah.
it was from Banshees of Inisherin. I was like, I love that movie.
Oh,
so
I
I
told
was
people
like,
it was from Peaky Blinders.
nope.
Well, no. Well, you said he's gonna be in a Peaky Blinders movie.
He is.
He
Yeah,
is.
Yeah, he is.
So that part was right.
Yeah.
You told everybody that.
Yeah.
You announced to everyone.
And we were all like,
Hey,
really?
If you ever listen to this podcast, one thing you should know is you cannot trust any information I share.
So don't say that. So maybe don't say that.
Put a disclaimer at the beginning of each
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
Hey,
Alexa
don't actually
doesn't
listen
know.
to
For
us.
entertainment
Yeah.
purposes
Don't listen
only.
to this show.
Yeah. This is for yapping.
If you
This
want
is not
like
for fact
news,
checking.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We don't fact check.
Yeah. But we had our question of the week this week was
What was your
it?
most memorable Super Bowl commercial, which we just discussed?
Oh yeah.
So one thing I will say, they did bring back the baby monkey puppy, which scared me.
Oh yeah.
I
And if you
missed
ever
that.
want to every week we
No, you've
post
seen
our
Puppy
question.
Monkey Baby.
Yeah.
Oh, frightening.
She's talking.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
It's school all over
Yes,
again.
yes, ma'am.
Every week we post our question of the week. If you want to participate, follow us at Poppin In Podcast on Instagram, where you can answer the question. And if you give a good enough response, or we just like you,
Yeah,
yeah,
actually,
then
that's
we
true.
will read it out
Wow.
here.
Now we got to figure out which one's which. I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah, if your responses are dumb, then we're not.
We're,
reading
we're,
them.
no, no, no,
Yeah,
no.
I'm
We're gonna
joking.
vote on them, and if they're not
Okay.
good enough, we're like they must dislike.
We didn't get enough today that it's like we're gonna read all of them, you know.
Yeah,
So Eric said Post Malone in the Epic Bud Light cooler.
I don't remember that.
So I don't remember it
I
either.
don't remember that.
I hate Post Malone.
I think it had
I
Shane.
don't-
It
Yeah.
had. You do?
Yeah,
I'm
me-
Don't
so-
let Patrick.
Don't put Patrick Sanderson.
Yeah.
I'm so sick of large white men with tattooed faces. Get
Yeah.
out of here. What are we doing?
Who's another one?
I've never been
Jelly
a fan.
roll.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, to me they're kind of the same person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Every country star right now is trying to be a fat white man
Yeah.
with face tats, and I'm
They're
and I'm
all
over
trying
it.
to be fat white
And I'm over
guys.
it. I'm over it. Do something new.
Jelly Roll is a really good person though.
Yeah, well, he can sing though. Like Post
Yeah.
Malone, I'm like, people say he's talented. I don't know, maybe, perhaps.
I'm just not a huge fan. Like I think he's fine. I've never been like a huge
Yeah.
fan of his.
I
but
just hate the person that's like, I can do every genre of music. It's like, oh, it's crazy
Yeah.
that you're not really.
Jelly
good at any
Roll
of them.
visits prisons on every tour. Like everywhere he goes, he visits prisons.
Oh, I mean, I have
And
nothing. I have nothing.
he invited incarcerated people onto the stage with him because he like went to a prison where these like some of the prisoners like sing his songs, and so they performed for him, and he was like, "Do you want to come on stage with me tonight?" And they let them.
I bet you can get some good ass singers in prison.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because they don't have a lot of like they can just practice all the time.
Yeah, haven't you
Yeah.
seen Oh Brother Where Art Thou?
Yes.
Wow.
Oh, we
Oh,
talk about
wait,
What
I've
if-
seen Oh Brother Where Art Thou.
yes. In constant sorrow.
Please do the whole
Well
song.
done.
No,
Well done.
I will. Don't worry. I will.
Limited fake. Limited fake. Oh, brother, where are
She has, and she will.
Yeah, that's for my limited EP. So
I love it.
That's a pay.
That's
pay
a-
for
that's also
listening.
Is that on the Patreon?
Yeah, it will be. It will be.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, what are the others?
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
so none of us know that one. I didn't see that
Yeah.
No,
one.
I don't
Had
remember
Shane
that
Gillis
one.
in it too, I think. The breast
Oh.
cancer one,
Okay.
because at first you're like, what is the objectification of titty? That was Priscilla who said that. And then Cordy said the Lilo and Stitch one, which I didn't realize was a commercial.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, where they're
I
like,
just thought
there's an animal on the field.
Yeah, yeah. It's an
And
animal
some
on the
people
field.
were like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Here's a commercial. I was telling them.
Ooh,
She
wow.
reared back.
That
Yeah,
just reminded
registered.
me. This really, I was
I-
going
I-
off about
I'm-
That was
this.
scary.
So I do a lot of betting. My one bet of the night, I was like, will Alexa's wine make it the entire night and not get flung on the table? I almost cashed in there.
Here's what pisses me
Wow.
off. And this was an ad for the Super Bowl. It was like before the game started, I think. I was telling Chris, so there was a How to Train Your Dragon ad. And what
Yeah.
really pisses me off is it's a
Live action.
quote unquote live action. Everything, the dragon is just as animated as it was in the original.
This is
The
what
only
I say about all these dumbass, like, Disney, I know it's not Disney, but, like, Disney live action, like, Lion King, I'm like, they're still animated. What are you talking about?
But the
but
boy is
no,
real.
No, the boy,
The
is,
boy is
real.
real.
The dragon
Toothless?
So
The
it's
dragon
a,
isn't
so it's a
even-
new movie.
It isn't even like the CGI where it's like, oh, this is made to look real. It's the exact same animated dragon as in How to Train Your Dragon, the original. Why are we putting money into this?
Get him, Alexa.
because
Why are we doing this? It
because-
really like ruined the rest of the game for me as someone who
it
really
didn't.
invested
she
in
was, she
the
was so
athletics.
into the game, and then she saw that, and she was like,
How to
well,
Train
never
Your
mind.
Dragon ruined your night.
It really did. Why? I'm like out of breath.
Why are you
That's-
so winded right
it-
now?
it-
What?
Do you
It,
need water?
isn't that the
sure,
cycle?
water.
That's the cycle of remakes now. It's about
Go, buddy,
15
here's
years.
your water.
It's a 15-year cycle, right?
Yeah.
15-year cycle. Lilo and
How to
Stitch.
Train
Lilo
Your
and
Dragon
Stitch.
Yeah,
did not
Lilo
come
and
out.
Stitch pisses me off, too.
But I mean, that one went 20, just about. So I'm proud of them. That was good.
How to Train Your Dragon came out like what 7
I'm
years
not mad
ago?
about that because I don't give
No.
a shit about How to Train Your Dragon.
How to Train Your Dragon didn't come out in 2018. like,
Whatever.
I mean, like it probably came out it probably came out when we were in.
Lilo
well,
and Stitch, I had a Lilo and Stitch birthday party at like 6 years old, so I know.
Yeah.
that's-
Exactly. Yeah. Like Lilo and Stitch, like they waited a long time on that, and that one seems like
If
like
the
they just did
sister-
the exact same, right?
2010 on
And
How
he
to
looks-
Train Your Dragon.
Yeah, 15.
Exactly 15
15
years.
year cycle.
okay.
Yeah, I was like,
Well,
it's
that's
been 15.
deeply upsetting. Now I'm even angrier.
Yeah.
Also, in Lilo and Stitch, if the older sister isn't as hot as she is in the animated
Oh,
version,
trust me.
I will have
One-
things to say.
One thing you have to remember about Hollywood, if they're like, oh, this person has to be hot, it's like,
They'll-
no. They know. They know the historical accuracy. They know the importance.
Yeah.
She's gonna be a dime, and I'm very excited for that.
Okay, interesting.
The original Lilo is the voice of the girl that plays Lilo is the same person as I'm not explaining this right. Sorry.
No,
I'm,
it's okay.
Really fully
Take a second.
It's very
Okay.
funny as your shirt says professional yapper.
Take a beat.
I
Take a beat.
couldn't have said more words.
I'm so excited to hear this now. I'm like, yes.
It is kinda
yes.
wild.
Go on.
The voice actress of Lilo
Mhm.
is the same girl who plays the girl in the ring, which is wild.
What?
Wait,
Isn't that wild?
That was worth the wait.
Isn't it?
the
The
one who comes out of
ring.
the well?
Samara or whatever her name is.
Wow.
How do you get that?
Exactly.
What a wild.
Well, that's a
like-
career trajectory.
It is.
They should.
And they were
And then-
very close
and
to
when you
each
guys
other.
made me watch The Ring last year or whatever, I
You
was
were like, is
thinking-
that Lilo?
No, in my head I was like, 'cause I already knew, and so in my head I was like, well, she does sound like Lilo. Like this is crazy.
She
Yeah.
barely
Does
she
she?
barely talked in that
Yeah.
movie.
Does she
It's
sound like
mostly
Lilo?
She does. Go back and watch it.
I actually might do that.
You should.
This is the point in the podcast where you need to dub in that phone
Oh,
call
for
in the
real.
movie.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear it and just be like.
They
Yeah,
show a flashback,
yeah.
I think.
I
Isn't that
kinda
how you
hear
hear her voice? They do a flashback.
I mean,
I
she's
think
talking on
so.
she's talking on the phone when she calls to let
Yeah.
you got 7 days.
7 days.
Oh,
The
you mean
7 business days.
oh.
Great movie.
That is a good movie. That's incredible. Do you ever think they should do like in sports they do comeback player of the year? They should do like comeback actor and actress. Like I feel like there should be an award for somebody that does a voice in the ring
At the
and then does
Oscars.
Lilo. Yes. Yes, absolutely. Wait. You're taking it, huh? See, this is why I
Yeah,
don't come on
you
this
didn't TM
podcast.
it, so we're allowed
This is
to.
why I don't.
Yeah.
TM.
What do we call that?
TM.
What do we call it?
Comeback actor.
No,
We're gonna
TM.
forget what that
TM.
means.
Oh.
Everybody, you heard it here first. Popping out.
That's not a real thing.
If Chris starts his own podcast, don't listen to it.
Yeah, don't. And we'll sue every single one of you.
My-
We
Yeah.
like to
You know,
sue.
you know they like to sue.
We like to
Yeah, I
sue.
know, yeah, you know, like the suit. But my
Yeah.
first episode is just gonna be called "Comeback Actor of the Year." That's great.
Anyways, but were there any other commercials you guys wanted to mention, or?
Anything else about the Super Bowl?
What was I saw this commercial twice last night and it upset me each time and I couldn't tell you what it's for. What was with the people who were wearing the skin hats? Their head was nothing but skin,
I
but
saw
it
it.
was shaped like a big cowboy hat.
Yeah.
What was that?
I don't think I saw
I
that.
saw
I
that.
don't
Now
remember
I'm
what it was
remembering that.
for.
It was unsettling to me. And
Yeah.
I don't know
Look.
what it was.
Let's look it up. We
Imagine
have the
saying
internet.
$8 million, and it's like, what was
Skin
that for?
cowboy
Well, like
hat.
Coffee Mate, I'm like
Commercial.
$8 million. I'm like, do y'all have money like that?
Ew,
That's
wasn't-
crazy.
Ew,
Oh,
it
Coffee
creeps
Mate
me
does.
out.
It's
Makes me-
unsettling.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
hate
it
it.
was-
Gross.
Ew.
That's
what?
way worse.
Fleshy. Oh, Tubi. Of course it was Tubi.
That's
Oh.
way worse than the
They
dancing
said it's
tongue
called
thing.
fleshy. That sounds gross.
That's
What?
that's a
No
bad
one said
word.
fleshy.
Wait.
I said
Oh,
fleshy.
I thought you were saying they said it's
Oh,
fleshy.
maybe they did say it was fleshy. Sorry.
I mean, it is objectively fleshy.
That
And the
is.
thing is, whenever I see these things, like working in marketing, I'm like, you had teams and teams of people reviewing
That
this.
tongue-
They just
Yeah.
snorted a line and they were like,
That
fleshy
tongue,
cowboy
yeah,
hat.
yeah. That tongue got so many sign-offs. They were
Yeah.
like, "Let's do it."
Also,
You
Let's
think they
roll
were
with
just
it.
like-
the Martha Stewart commercial was Skechers.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
I said Uber Eats.
Oh no. Well, her second one.
Yeah, she had two.
Hey.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
you didn't see her thing with Charlie XCX?
I don't think I did.
Oh, it's great.
Did I? Was it after the halftime show?
No, well, they did there was like a preview. There was like a preview that they had put out a couple of weeks before, I think.
Or just
Interesting.
Tubi would do the fleshy cowboy
I
hat.
just like imagine them being like, you know how your skull has skin, like what is
cowboy hat.
Yeah. That was
They're
probably
like,
a high.
what?
Yeah.
That was definitely like
Cowboy
everybody
hat.
smoking in the writers' room,
Yeah.
just being like,
It
I
is
never
my
even thought
dream
about
to
that.
make a Super Bowl commercial. Like that would
I
be
know,
so fun.
but
You
also
gotta enter
so
the
much
Dorito.
pressure.
Was there a Doritos commercial this year?
Puppy Baby Monkey.
Oh, they brought that one
They brought
back.
it back.
Because you know they used to do the contest.
Isn't it Puppy Monkey Baby?
Puppy Monkey Baby.
Oh, I don't know.
Puppy Monkey Baby.
I didn't know there was a direct.
I need you to
link.
get
Yeah,
the
Puppy-
Doritos
yeah.
lore correctly.
Yeah, Puppy
please.
Monkey Baby. Is,
Which is the body? Wait, so the head
isn't
is
it-
the monkey.
I thought that was Mountain Dew. Puppy
Oh
Monkey
yeah,
Baby.
it is.
Wait,
So what was the
Wait,
Doritos?
what are we thinking about?
But they did bring him back.
But you know how they used to do a
$8 million.
like they
They
used to do
did bring that
contests
back.
every year. And I remember a guy from Virginia Beach won, like what was it, like 10 years ago?
Oh.
And everybody was very excited around here. Shout out.
757.
Yeah, 757 HR.
Um,
HR.
And one commercial. This is not a Super Bowl commercial,
Seven
but I was
Cities.
telling someone I think
Tidewater.
about this commercial regularly. You know what commercial always makes me
Southside.
mad
What?
is Skittles Pox. Do you remember
Oh
that?
yeah, that
Oh,
was
I
they
love
were
that
like-
Why does that make you
commercial.
mad?
That's a
Nasty.
great
It was
commercial.
I think
It
I
was
think
so
that
great.
was a Super Bowl commercial.
Maybe it was.
Pretty sure it
That
was.
era of like
Yeah.
Skittles commercials, like the whole time I'd just be like, ew.
Berries and cream?
Anything,
really?
anything
Oh.
taste the rainbow.
Come on,
is
berry-
just
yeah, berries and cream
provocative.
was-
that Skittles?
Yeah,
I'm a little lad who loves
Yeah.
berries and cream. Now
Oh.
up the octave. Berries and cream.
that's right.
Oh
There
wow.
you go.
Okay, good
That's good.
job. Bravo.
Yeah, no,
say
berries.
a lot.
Yeah, berries and cream was phenomenal.
I don't remember that being Skittles, but I believe you.
Okay, so do we want to go into American Woman in Pakistan? I don't know why I'm laughing.
Sure.
Okay.
Are you laughing at the American woman or the Pakistani?
It just sounds like the woman in the window type of
It
thing.
sounds strange,
You know?
but
What is this a news story? Is
okay.
This a show?
Yeah.
This is
Movie?
the best story on the
Okay.
internet right now.
So
Okay.
let's get into it. Molly's really excited about our next topic.
Because you guys don't even understand. Like, this is crazy. Okay, so basically, I'm surprised you guys haven't heard about this. So there's this American woman who was talking to a 19-year-old in Pakistan. And this woman, her name is Onesia Andrew Robinson. She's 33 years old. So she's talking to this 19-year-old that she met online. So she's like, she thinks that they're together. She goes to Pakistan to meet him. He ghosts her. He and his family have left their apartment that they claim that they're at, and she's waiting outside his apartment, and basically she finds out that she like ghosted him. This was back in October. So like the whole family abandoned the house. She found it's locked, and after realizing they were gone, she spent nearly 30 hours just waiting outside his apartment before she went to a shelter. And she's now stranded in Pakistan because her tourist visa has expired. She refuses to leave. Refuses to leave. And she's become this big media celebrity sensation in Pakistan. And so now basically she's essentially she's holding the people of Pakistan hostage because they're just all you have to leave, and she's refusing to leave. And she keeps she's very mentally ill. I will say that. If you haven't, if you can't tell, but it's crazy. You guys have to look it up. I'm surprised it hasn't like you haven't seen it, because she's making all these demands. She wants land. She wants land. First, she wanted $2,000 or more every week to rebuild Pakistan. Her goal is to rebuild Pakistan.
Who is she? Who is she holding hostage? I mean,
just yelling it into the streets.
She has press conferences, and then she'll hold these press conferences and then tell everybody to mind their own business. Like,
who's coming to the press conferences? Like, I'm just imagining being a journalist and being like, this woman was ghosted.
The people, they are like fascinated by her. She's going to get like killed. Like, she's definitely, I think they're just like playing with her or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's crazy. But she's like, she'll have these press conferences. Sometimes she'll like go to other people's press conferences and be like, get up, and she'll like start talking.
What do you mean other people's press conferences? I mean,
that's a lot of confidence.
If there's one thing I know about Pakistan, it's that they love loud, outspoken women. This will go very well for her.
I think she is going to get, And so they'll ask her questions, and then she'll flip the microphone onto them and start asking them questions. And so she keeps she's asking for money. She wants to rebuild Pakistan. So she keeps she wants to make Pakistan a better place, and she's just rambling on.
How noble.
And then and again, just a typical American coming into Pakistan.
That's why
and being
I think they're fascinated.
Yeah.
I think they're fascinated by her, and they also just know she's gonna die.
Yeah.
Have you
really
all
crazy.
considered a Sephora right here?
Yeah.
It would do wonders for your skin.
We have this place in America. It's called Target.
The thing is, it's not she's crazy. She's very and so she'll have a press conference at the end. She'll literally be like, "Have a nice day, clear the way," and she'll just walk out.
How old is she?
She's 33.
30,
I mean, not you that she's 33, but the person she was trying
being
to.
33 is for the record. It's not good.
She was talking to this 19-year-old.
Yeah.
And so her family, her son is she's mentally ill. Please, they've talked.
How old's her son?
Her son?
How old is her son?
I don't know.
So I saw that she tried to catfish him by looking like a blonde white woman, but she is unfortunately a black woman. And I say unfortunately because typically when you hear stories like this, I just assume that I'm like, oh, she's white, right?
Yeah.
I actually think that may work to her favor.
It's probably kept her alive longer.
In Pakistan?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think they're probably just oh, this is interesting.
It's probably less jarring.
Yeah, I imagine they're they're most backwards people just being like, well, this is entertaining.
Yeah.
We haven't had something hit Karachi like this since I don't know, whatever happens.
Nobody knows what to do. She's literally running Pakistan right now. She refuses to leave. Her family is trying to book her flights, and she refuses to leave.
Oh my god.
It's
but where is she
crazy.
staying?
I think at a shelter. At least that was where she was staying. And so every time she talks, she's asking for more money. Now she's asking for $100K in cash.
This
Pakistani or U.S.?
I don't know.
It is important. The story that I'm reading from The Cut, because this is all new to me, just a random snippet. She also claimed to be from Pakistan and said that she and Memon were going to have their baby in Dubai. And then the next sentence is, by all accounts, Robinson is not pregnant. I don't really know what all the accounts are.
She's never met him.
Can I get a look at this woman? Oh, that's sad.
It is sad.
That's sad.
She's mentally ill for sure.
I just love the people behind them
But
just
that's
being
what
we don't have anything else to do.
That's
not what I pictured.
So the guy next to her, right? And so the guy next to her is he'll be talking and he'll be speaking his language, and she goes, "Nobody can understand you," and she'll cut him off.
Oh my god!
It's crazy.
Wow.
God.
It's so wild. It's captivating.
It feels, in a weird way, also kind of like 1984, where it's just we're being very, our attention is being diverted to this
She's
weird thing.
bipolar.
It is
Or
so
while,
weird.
other horrible things are also...
How old must her son be to be she's not well?
Yeah.
I just need everybody to know.
I'm envisioning a 7-year-old just going to a podium in a little tiny suit, ladies and gentlemen, I need you to stop watching my mother's videos. Please don't encourage her.
Is 33 the accurate age? Because that's what I had.
She looks older
I
than
saw
30.
30. Well, I've seen that or 32. So it's
Really?
got to be around there.
Oh, how old is her son?
Not to be mean, but that's a rough 33.
Well, you're a man once you turn 9 and get baptized. So I'm sure he's
Yeah.
I'm sure he's. It's a rough way to grow up, but I had no idea that this is a thing.
So.
Yeah.
Because I don't have TikTok.
That's where I've been
which
seeing
is
it.
fine. But like,
I just thought you guys should know because it's so crazy to me.
That is crazy.
I am glad that I know about
I
this.
will be keeping tabs
It'll
on this.
show up now.
Because
but
when I hear about her dying, I want to know who it is. I mean,
yeah.
respectfully.
I have the utmost confidence that the current U.S. administration will do everything in their power to get her back and bring her home safely.
Absolutely, that is going to be.
She
And
said,
also, like, how long do you think this can
Top
last?
priority.
Like, the only reason she's, like, alive or, like, doing not well, but is because she's, like, entertaining in the moment. But, like,
well, this is the
eventually-
one downside.
eventually
It's the
yeah.
one downside to not being a blonde white
Yeah,
woman.
no.
I don't really know how hard we're gonna be working.
She's like mean to them too. She'll like yell at them. She'll be like, "Nobody knows what you're saying. Get up."
It would be very
Speak English.
It would be very funny if like a Pakistani official came out and said, "Folks, America, they're not sending us their best."
Yeah.
They were just like, please take her back.
Please,
someone has to, and I don't mean this in a joking way. I actually want to. Somebody has to ask Trump this. Like they have to ask.
Yeah.
Because I know, like his
Yeah.
response will be funny, and I just
know.
want to hear what he says.
I do too.
Yeah.
The cut also says that, her son said that when her visa expired, she was granted a humanitarian visa by the governor of the province, but that expires on February 11th. That sounds so like precise. It has to
That's
be
tomorrow,
true.
right?
Yeah, it is tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Diet pop tomorrow. See
Yeah,
what happens.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just like, what are they gonna do? You know, I'm sure they're probably like, I don't know, this situation doesn't really come up very often. Like, we don't really know what, like, I don't know, what are we gonna do
Why
with her?
don't
thing
they
is
arrest her? I don't get it. I guess
She's not even
doing
like wanting her 19-year-old boyfriend back or anything, right? Like,
Well,
she's
now,
just,
no, she wants to rebuild Pakistan. She cares about Pakistan now. She wants to rebuild Pakistan. That's her goal now.
There is a 100% chance that if you just laid out very old school a map of the world and said point to Pakistan, she would not point to Pakistan.
Yeah.
There's no chance.
Can't believe she traveled to Pakistan.
I can see Pakistan from my house.
What was
That's the vibe I'm getting.
That is wild.
Yeah.
And there's already like think pieces that are just like making fun of her isn't funny. I'm like, how did I miss this?
It-
Dude,
it's
this is like I got rid of Twitter like probably 3 weeks ago now.
Yep.
And it's really difficult to keep up with things because
yeah.
now I'm just
If you
like,
don't have TikTok
I'm
or-
like, this
yeah.
would, I mean, this would have gone so hard on Twitter.
You know
like,
what?
and I bet
Yeah.
it is. I bet it's going crazy
I'm
right
seeing it more
now.
on TikTok, but
Let me see what Blue Sky has to say about this. Let's see if they're on this at all.
It's funny that like woman in Pakistan, I just typed that in because I
Yeah, that's
love
all
that
I had,
description.
yeah.
And the first couple hits are rights. Second hit is today. And the third hit is in the 70s. I want to know what happened there.
well, I wonder what her rights are there. Like,
Yeah.
but I think they're just playing with their food. Honestly, I think
Yeah.
this is just like funny to them.
Well, it's also like a dumb
know.
reason to start some kind of humanitarian, like it's a dumb reason to start like a confrontation with the U.S. It's like, okay, we'll just leave her alone. Like,
Yeah.
we'll just leave her alone. I don't
Yeah.
know.
They carry her suitcases for her, like through the streets. Like it's just that's the thing is like nobody's like it's not even like about making fun of her. It's just like so wild that you're just
Yeah.
like it's not making fun of her. You're just telling the story.
Yeah. It is interesting. How long can it last? You know?
I just
I'm
imagine
curious.
the person that catfished her just being like, so I'm never going to be able to go home? Like,
Yeah.
right? Like the
Yeah.
person left home, they're just like, God,
Yeah, seriously, how are they gonna
embarrassing.
go back to their apartment?
Yeah.
this is so
She's there.
embarrassing.
Can you imagine they show back up?
Oh my
Show
god.
up again.
Um,
So
Blue Sky says her eyebrows are very bad.
Oh.
That's the discourse happening over in Blue Sky on
Okay.
the woman in Pakistan. So
Okay,
there's that.
interesting. Okay.
there is that.
Take that for what it's worth.
Well, that's
Oh.
That's all I had for you guys about that.
Some people are saying she came home. But then some people
No.
are saying,
No
like
way.
like it's weird. Like Yahoo News Canada, which I would trust.
Hmm.
They said that she finally left the country.
As of like
This was 3 hours ago.
okay, I was
Oh,
like, as of
breaking.
today? Well, breaking.
news.
Yeah.
All right.
But
you heard it first on Poppin'
Do you
In.
think
That
she'll
comes
come
out
on
on
the podcast?
Wednesday.
oh, local
We could
media.
get her. We
Lo-
could get her.
on
Local
that.
media
And she
says
just
she
never leaves
finally
her home.
left Pakistan. I love that. They're like, I guess we have to break the
But
news.
where is she
She
going?
comes here, she's
Local
like-
daily meeting.
We have to rebuild Williamsburg.
It's like they said that
You
she
know what?
boarded
Let her.
a flight
Yeah,
from
and we're all-
Karachi on Friday with footage showing local police seeing her off at the airport, which is great.
To
Yeah,
where?
the police were
To
always
where?
with her, and she'd like introduce them to the camera. She'd be like, "This is
Oh.
so and so." Like they were always like following her.
They're just like, ma'am.
And you
Covering
know,
their
you know
face.
she's butchering their names too.
Yeah.
She was persuaded to return home, that's sad, by the U.S. consulate staff in Karachi, who also arranged her ticket.
Good for the consulate for doing their jobs.
They said, but to further muddy the waters in the strange saga, videos were posted to social media on Monday claiming to be of her in Dubai.
You know what this tells me though? Like, with the real lesson to learn from this is like, if somebody wanted to, they would. You know what I mean? They would for you. Like, if somebody likes you, like, they would travel for you.
They would rebuild Pakistan for you.
Yeah.
You know,
we need more.
we need more. What is that?
Energy.
Yeah.
Anisha.
We need
Energy.
more passion.
Maybe.
Is that accidental colonialism?
It
Maybe.
is. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
The great song.
We can
Accidental accidental colonizer. Where's LL Cool J when you need him?
I'll make you a colonizer overnight.
Who was the country guy in that song? Accidental Racist. Is that Brad Paisley? That's what I was making a joke about.
I
Nobody?
don't know the song.
You've heard Accidental Racist. I played it for you before.
Oh.
It's a real song.
Yes, it's a real song. LL Cool J
Pull
made
it up.
it with.
Let's play it. I'm just kidding.
Well,
we don't have copyright.
I'm gonna play it after this.
Okay.
But
Okay.
that was a phenomenal story. I'm very excited to learn. But I mean,
Thank you.
do you think is this too reckless? Y'all take it out if it is.
Okay.
Do y'all think there's actually anything wrong with her? Because I feel like culturally now, this is the exact kind of thing somebody would do, because it's just like, well, I know people are gonna watch. I bet her engagement is off the roof on social media. I can see her just playing it up. And like her 9-year-old son, her just being like, come on, just play along, honey.
The fact that he knows the word visa, I don't think he's 9. I think we've gotten that.
And he said it was like a humanitarian visa. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, how old is this child?
He's got to be 17.
He's 10. He's working on
So
his PhD.
she-
He's very advanced. He's had to go through a lot. He's had to get.
Yeah.
He's had to mature very quickly given his
Parents
situation.
He's like, I've learned so much about international extradition law over the past week. Y'all do not understand. I do need my mom, or she is my mom.
Yeah.
So like, I need her here.
He's doing the plot of Legally Blonde, just at a much more advanced age.
That is so wild.
So I do think if you watched videos of her, I think you would see maybe.
I'm gonna have to see something.
I think she might be mentally ill.
Does she have a tinge of Kanye going on with the bipolar?
Do we want to talk about
Ooh,
it?
someone should ask him. No, we don't.
Okay.
I'm good on that.
Should we
so
read
good
all
on
the
that.
tweets?
I was
No,
gonna say,
God.
Let's do them one by one.
I took a screenshot of something I was going to send you the other day, and it was ruined by getting a notification. I'm not even on Twitter anymore, of a Kanye tweet just being so offensive, and I was just like, this was supposed to be a screenshot of a Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, it was
Well,
like
it
a push-
doesn't matter now
push
because he deleted
notification.
his ex account.
Wow, as he should.
Yeah.
On to other things. So
That
we,
was
a
good,
few
man.
weeks ago, we did movie assignments for each other, and they were supposed to be Oscars themed. And we'll do Molly first because everyone voted on her. So she had the choice, or well,
No, she didn't.
you all had the
I
choice.
didn't
She
have the
didn't.
choice.
Her assignment was either the movie Brooklyn or Saving Private Ryan. Shocker.
Which are two vastly different movies.
Yes, they are.
Shocker on which one won. It was Saving Private Ryan.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Have you guys both seen it?
I have.
Yeah.
Have you? I was
Yeah.
gonna say you have.
I was like, why are we
Sure
talking
you
about a
have.
90s movie?
I'm a little
Because-
confused where we're going. But
Well,
okay.
Okay,
This
so if you don't know, we do a thing on here called movie assign. Like, just we just like assign each other
Yeah.
movies to kind of broaden our.
Yeah, I think it has for both of us in different
Yeah.
ways.
And so I'm joking. And no joking. So we make each other watch like either. Sometimes we've done TV shows. Like we'll do
Yeah.
like 2 episodes of a show or whatever. It doesn't usually work out, but. It doesn't. Neither. You
I
didn't
watched,
This is-
I
this
watched
you
4
didn't
seasons
want
of American Horror Story.
This
Okay,
is
but you didn't
this
like
is a
it.
sore subject for us. Please don't bring this up.
Okay.
Please continue.
Okay, you're right. Anyway, so we're just talking about the movies that we assign to each other. That's
Yeah.
why we're talking about this 30-year-old movie right now.
Yes. And so you watched Saving Private Ryan.
I did.
Thoughts?
It was a long ass movie, first of all. For something that like I was like, oh my God. It was good. It was a very good movie. I understand the hype. The one thing I heard everybody say about Saving Private Ryan, every time I bring it up, everybody talks about it. They're like, the first 20 minutes.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Which you are
Yeah.
a person, if it's hyped up to you, you're immediately going to be like, I don't care.
Well, I was telling people.
If that woman in Pakistan said anything to you, you'd be like, I don't care.
Wow. Wow.
yeah.
You're like, no.
Move away.
Yeah.
Clear the way. So the thing about it is, like, I realized that if I watch a movie that, like, I didn't see when I was younger or whatever, like, if it's a classic movie, I have this problem Where like I feel like I've seen movies since then that maybe have been crazier than
This
that.
happened last year. Chris and I made Molly watch The Ring and Matthew. And she was like, well, other movies have done this. And we have to be like, yeah, but this was the
I
one
know.
that
And I
did
get
it.
that. I recognize
It's
that.
tough. It's tough.
It is tough because, like, obviously, I think Saving Private Ryan was a good movie, but I just was like, it wasn't so crazy for me to watch. I feel like I've seen crazier.
Call it mid. Do it.
It wasn't mid.
Do it.
It wasn't
Say
mid.
it.
Don't
You know
let
what my
him-
favorite
don't let
part
him do
was?
this.
Was when they think it's they got
Oh,
the wrong
they got the
Ryan,
wrong person,
Which,
yeah.
by the way, was Nathan Fillion, and
Oh.
Ted Danson was in that scene,
Yeah.
and I love Ted Danson so much, so I
Oh,
really enjoyed that
yeah.
scene. But I thought that was fun. I was like, that's fun. But I also felt bad for him because then I was like, well, now he thinks he's going home. Now he probably wants to go home to check on his brothers.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I did think it was a really good movie. I like Tom Hanks in it. I think sometimes I get a little tired of Tom Hanks. I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
I love your like to check on his brothers. I'm like, I don't know. That wasn't exactly the. It's just like, I hope they're all right.
Well, because he was. They just told him that his
Yeah.
brothers may have been dead.
Yeah.
And now he's not. Remember? Because he was like.
Yeah.
He's like, they're in grammar school. Anyway.
It is. It is
What?
a very.
He's
good
a
scene.
baby.
So you're tired of Tom Hanks, huh?
So, I just think lately he plays the same hero type character.
Yeah, he
and it's a little
does.
frustrating because I'm just like, be something else.
Young
But.
Tom Hanks is so hot.
And I think that's when I'm like, I think he had better roles back then. Now
Oh,
he's
yeah.
just now he's such a movie star that it's like he's just Tom Hanks.
Well,
Also,
he
he's
gets,
just
he gets
playing
typecast.
Holden.
Yeah.
He gets typecast.
But he's always in like kind of heartwarming
playing
family.
that cardigan guy.
He's okay. This is how I would describe Tom Hanks movies. Is it's like movies that like if family is visiting you, that's what you sit down and watch. You know what I mean?
You're like, no one's gonna love this, but no one's gonna hate it.
right?
You know?
Greyhound. I don't know. So anyway, I did like him in that movie. I thought it was good. Vin Diesel was in it, which
Yeah.
I thought was
Oh yeah,
strange.
Look, he's
the '90s.
He was good in it,
He's not
actually.
bad. I
It was
mean,
the
he's a
90s.
decent actor. They just,
Family.
He just does. What was it? Chronicles of Riddick. Oh,
Yeah.
good shit.
What?
It's good shit.
What?
I didn't know
Okay.
he was
Well,
in
we'll
it.
assign. Well,
No,
he's.
don't assign that to
Well,
him.
no, that's
We
him.
should have Chris assign us stuff. Yes.
Yeah.
Please.
Sorry, I was raising my
Please.
hand.
Go ahead.
Are you accepting submission assignments? Is that,
Should-
is that a thing we can do?
How about
You know
this?
what?
Here's what we'll do. We'll do the
Sure.
same thing. You guys give us 2, and we'll have people vote on which one they think we should watch.
I love it.
Okay.
Oh, yours is gonna be off the wall. I
Mine's
already
gonna be
know.
unhinged.
It's gonna
I've
be
got
so
one. I've got one
ridiculous.
for you.
Okay, what
It's
is
gonna
it?
be
What
so
is it?
ridiculous.
No. Organize. I want to give Chris time to think of one.
Okay.
And then
but
you
I
guys
just
can- and
know.
then
Yeah,
I
you
already
guys
know.
think about it.
But
I'll
anyway,
do my
I
assignment.
think okay. I'm glad I can finally say I watched it. It was a little long for me.
Okay, but you've watched Oppenheimer like multiple times.
I have.
And same war vibes, I would say. Maybe slightly different. Okay, they're conspiring
scared.
over there. I'm
This is
a
very
little
good.
scared.
So good.
So you had me watch The Artist, which, if you don't know, is a silent film, but from, I think, what year did it come out?
2011.
13,
2011,
one of those,
yes.
yeah.
And you can tell because this was not having to do with the movie, but I had to watch the trailers because there was something with our DVD player where I tried to fast forward through the trailers in the beginning and it kept glitching, so then I'd have to start over. It's literally 20 minutes of trailers.
It's an Xbox. Like it's
Yeah.
not a DVD. Like it's
That's how
it was probably like
Yeah.
DVD. Jesus. I
Yeah.
don't know
Wait, what?
I don't know what to do with
The
this.
Xbox is like, oh my god.
And like before I say anything about the movie, I would love to just like do like a little deep dive, like a scholarly paper on just like the ways that movie trailers have changed over the years, because literally without knowing what year that
Boys.
movie came out, I saw the trailers and I was like, this is easily 2010, 2011.
Yeah.
In a world.
Yeah.
Literally, in a world.
Yeah.
But and there's a crazy trailer on there for, I'm gonna be honest, it looked like the worst period piece film I've ever seen, for Bellamy.
And I think you're gonna
It
watch
has
it.
Robert Pattinson in it. And it has not
Sorry.
Winona Ryder, but that girl, Christina
I was
Ricci.
gonna say we
What?
They
have
have
this-
similar
What
vibes.
movie is this?
I literally, as someone who's watched every period piece thing ever, I was like, what the fuck movie is this?
Christina Ricci.
It looked, and it had just like random big name actors in it. This doesn't have anything to do with the movie. I'm just saying like
I've
that
never
was a
heard of it in
trailer
my life.
before it that
A
I had.
Robert Pattinson movie I've never heard of?
I had to watch it twice. Had to watch the trailer twice
Why?
because it kept glitching and
Oh,
I had
I
to go
think
back
that you
every time.
rewinded to watch it again. I was
No.
like, okay.
Every time I tried to fast forward, and I was like, God, this looks so bad.
Generational.
Yeah, I was like, it was so bad. I was almost like, I should watch it. But anyways, Because you know me.
You should watch it and report back on it.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
curious
actually,
now.
I will.
Actually, okay, go
I
ahead.
will.
Yeah.
It's gonna snow. I have
Gotta
nothing
find
else
the
to do.
DVD.
But anyways, the
Christina
artist was
Ricci.
really good. Have you guys seen it?
I have. Yes.
Okay, it is actually
So
it's a
good.
silent movie.
I'm glad you
but
liked it.
I like a good silent movie. I'll be honest.
But it's like it's an homage to silent
yeah,
movies.
and it's like it's interesting because it's a silent movie, but it definitely has like current movie. Like not tropes, but like where it's like he's sitting there and he's drunk and he's kind of like imagining like this couple that's like dancing on the bar or whatever, which obviously they would never do in silent movie era. And I just thought it was really good. I thought the woman who plays the main actress is beautiful.
Yeah, she is.
And I think I texted you, so to be honest, I was a little high when I was watching it, and I was like, I think silent movies really emphasize like the teeth. Like your teeth look amazing
It
in a
also,
silent movie.
you have to really have expressive face. Like you have to be a really good actor.
Yeah.
Because their faces are so expressive.
I think I texted you the mouth game has to be strong
Yes.
as a silent actor.
The actor in it I love. He's like they're French actors. They're all French.
Yeah. No, I think one's Italian. I think the main guy's Italian.
No, he's French.
French.
He is. He's French.
Okay.
I know.
Everybody's
Love him.
French. All the movies are French.
I think John Goodman's in it too.
Even the
He is
Mexican
in it,
ones.
yeah.
So he's not.
And it made me
French.
laugh because it did the quintessential silent movie thing where like sometimes it would have a title card or whatever where it would say what they were saying.
Yeah.
But it was like in the most obvious, like it'd be like, I didn't need it for that part. I needed it when they were
Yeah,
talking
I know.
without sound for 5 minutes.
They'll be talking for 5 minutes and then they'll cut to a card and it's like 2 words. And
Yeah.
you're like, what?
Yeah.
I thought it was funny. So Alexa, so one of the actors that's in it is James, what's his name? Shoot.
James Earl Jones.
No. No.
That'd be something.
I don't know who you're talking about.
The butler.
I literally
Because she's
the guy who plays Uncle Ewan in Succession.
Yes, Uncle Ewan.
And
Oh, yeah,
call
yeah,
back to our
okay.
American
What's his
Horror
name?
Story episode.
His name
James
is
something.
yeah.
I
Whatever.
texted Molly. I was like, "It's just gonna be a title card that says Show me your mossy bank."
Yes.
It made me
The
laugh.
greatest line in AHS
Maybe
history.
the greatest line of all television
Yeah.
history.
I would say so. I still,
Iconic.
I do remember where I was, and it did change my life.
I remember where I was.
I
when
was
he said,
I
"Show me
literally
your
was.
mossy
I literally was, and I was like, "This is the most insane thing I've ever seen and heard."
It is. You're right. Such a great actor to say
He
that
is, yeah.
line.
He
He is.
is.
I thought it was a really good movie. Like, I know a lot of people see a silent film and they're like, bleh. But it's honestly, give a silent film a chance.
Well, it's a really creative
Give a bitch
movie.
a chance, you know?
It's really creative
Long
too
sentence.
because it's like
Yeah.
an homage. So if you like, I don't know if you've seen Singing in the Rain, but it's like kind of an homage to that
Okay.
movie, and it's which I love Singing in the Rain. But
good
the movie is about like a man who's a silent film actor, but it's when the talkies are starting to
Talkies
like
is ruined it
Yeah.
for
ruining
everybody.
his and you find out well, I don't want to be a spoiler, but if you haven't seen
This
it,
came out
it's-
like 10 years ago.
yeah,
Spoiler,
yeah.
but-
Spoiler alert! But the movie's, it won Best Picture. What, like 14 years
yes,
ago?
and you find out at the end the reason why he doesn't want to be a talkie, or he doesn't want the talkies to happen, is because like he has like a French accent.
Yeah.
And so he wouldn't, whatever. But anyway, it's just cute because like, so the whole movie is just like about him like fighting like he's having this issue of, talkies becoming a thing, and he is a silent film actor. So what's he going to do? And what's funny is there's a scene where like he starts to freak out. He's like starting to panic because he's like in his dressing room, and there's just like a scene where he's like looking in the mirror and he just like sets his glass down and it makes a noise.
Yes.
And he starts to like panic because he's all of a sudden hearing loud noises.
And it's very jarring as like an audience.
It's so
yeah.
jarring.
Especially if
it's
you've had
like
an edible.
such a good movie.
Yeah. Like I
such a
literally
good
was just like,
movie.
wait.
For sure. When
What?
Have you ever seen Sunset Boulevard?
No, I actually have never seen
Okay,
Sunset
that's
Boulevard.
next time after these assignments, remind me
I
because
should.
that's my next assignment
Sunset
for you.
Boulevard. Well, I really want to see the Broadway show.
I was like, there's no singing like that. in
No,
it.
there's a Broadway show right now. And it
Okay.
has Nicole,
Nicole Kidman.
nope.
Scherzinger.
Nicole, who?
Richie?
Scherzinger.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nicole Richie?
Yeah, it's Nicole Scherzinger.
Is that
Yeah.
yeah, she's in it.
Yeah, speaking of Nicole Richie, we watched this documentary called
I might be wrong.
Oh, The Greatest Night in Pop.
yeah, it is about the We Are the World song, and it's a really good
It's a
documentary.
great documentary.
Just the way that they got it together. Also, Cyndi Lauper seems like an absolute nut, and I forgot that she was in that song.
That was part of the appeal,
Yeah,
you know?
Sorry. I
But
should've
that
heard a
octave
song
range,
from
unbeatable.
yeah, true.
that. Yeah.
But
Yeah, it was
yeah,
very
so I
good.
really liked it. I recommend it. I think it was good.
And I recommend Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah.
For those who haven't seen it, check it out. It's a little movie.
yeah, you may
give
have
it a
heard
chance.
of it. Yeah. So what are your assignments for us?
Oh, you want them now?
Also, I hated Ryan. I hated Private Ryan.
You're
Wow.
not
Fuck him.
You're not a big Matt
No,
Damon?
no, I hated the
Wow.
character. They
Oh.
show up,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
ready to save this man. He's like, I'm not going.
Yeah.
You bitch.
He's
Wow.
Gosh.
No, because
Wow.
like what they risked all their lives
Yeah.
for this
well.
man.
Well, that was the tension.
He didn't ask to be rescued.
Yeah, that's right.
I hated him.
It's like, fuck my brothers.
Some-
If they died, they died.
He's like,
Some people call him a bitch. Others call him a patriot. I don't know.
Why can't it be both?
Sorry
yeah,
if I offended
you know, who
anybody,
could
but
say?
like, come on, that's so rude. They all
Yeah.
risked their lives for this man.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I get
continue.
that. I feel like if it were us, we'd be like, oh, thank God you're
Also,
here.
did you see the Matt Damon and David Beckham commercial?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember anything about
I didn't
it.
think it was funny. I was like,
No,
okay.
it wasn't that funny. I
I
mean,
didn't
he
get
made
it.
the Ben Affleck joke in it. I forgot what joke he said about Ben Affleck. He was like Matt Damon made a joke. He's like, well, thank goodness you're not that.
Yeah, which I was
Yeah.
like, well, why doesn't he just be in a Dunkin' commercial then?
Yeah.
He's from
Yeah.
Boston as well.
Yeah, I don't know. They
Anyway,
always act like they're not in love with each other. I'm like, we all know you
Oh,
are.
they're-
Like, just
in a
I
relationship.
think it's cute.
Yeah.
It's cute.
Personally.
Yeah.
Okay, do you guys want to give us your
Yeah, what are yours?
recommendations?
Go ahead.
I want Chris to lead with his.
I love how
Okay.
you've changed
Well,
the language
well, I
from
didn't-
assignments to recommendations.
I didn't know that we were gonna
A
do it right
suggestion.
now,
Yeah.
but
I know.
Do
Take
you
it.
need a minute?
yeah. Can you go first?
All
Because
right,
I
so-
kind of want to zig while you're zagging, and I feel like if
Okay.
we both zag, it's gonna be.
Well,
And
You said
okay.
zigzag twice.
So
tonight.
there are two ways to go about this. There's one genuinely good movie
Okay.
that I could do, or I could come on this lovely podcast and completely fuck y'all shit up, which is what I'm inclined to do.
I can
feel
tell
like
by
I've
the
seen
look
that
in your
one.
eyes. I'm like actually picturing what you must have been like as like a little kid, just by that look in your eyes where you're just like, I can, yes, you're like, I can fuck this
Shit
shit
stirred.
up.
Why do I
Yeah.
feel like
Shit
I've
dropper.
seen the one that you're about to like?
You have
fuck
not.
shit up with?
I don't think you've seen
I
it.
assure
Really?
you have not.
Okay.
What is this an assignment? What is the verbiage of this?
Well, I said recommendations.
It's an
the
assignment.
official term is assignment.
We do
Okay.
have to watch whatever.
We have to watch
But there will be a
it.
vote.
Oh,
there will be a
fantastic.
vote. Correct. Okay,
Yeah.
go
Yeah,
ahead.
we'll
You-
put it on the
Yeah,
Instagram.
because we'll both watch this one, but so it has to be one.
That's so fun.
Yeah. Oh, we could do it together.
Yeah.
Depending on what it is.
Okay.
He's
well,
like the human centipede.
Oh, you're both gonna watch.
So
it.
I have seen that. So
yeah.
I
even
couldn't.
better. So what I'm going to assign for you is a 1994 horror comedy starring a young Paul Walker and Denise Richards.
I've never seen
Okay.
it.
It's called Tammy and the T-Rex.
That's right.
Oh,
What?
Okay.
Have you seen it, Chris?
I have seen it. Yes.
It's a horror comedy.
It's a
Also,
horror
do you know if
comedy.
it's available for streaming?
Yes,
or
we do
Yep,
have to
it is
have that.
available on
Damn
Peacock.
it.
Peacock.
Damn
Perfect.
it.
Okay.
Okay.
Molly.
And I'm going to read you a quick one-sentence synopsis.
Okay.
A teen learns that a scientist implanted her dead boyfriend's brain into an animatronic dinosaur.
I'll watch it.
That sounds hot.
Okay. Interesting. What if
Hell
it was
yeah.
a walrus?
Molly's
That's
in.
hot.
It's a banger.
Oh,
of a
that
movie.
is. This sounds like a human into an animal situation.
It's a robot though, so it's
Okay.
different.
Okay.
Yeah,
Say, I
it's-
can't
it's a
watch
little
those.
different.
It's a robot.
Also, one thing you have to know about this particular segment is it was Molly's idea, despite the fact that she hates
Yes.
people forcing her to watch things.
I did have a
And
little
so-
bit of a breakdown during Saving Private Ryan, where I was like, I want to end the assignments.
Oh my goodness.
During
I
that,
take it
out
back.
of all the things I assigned to you, it was Saving Private Ryan that
It-
broke you.
It was almost 3 hours long.
Let me just say the whiplash that you are going to get going from Saving Private Ryan to Tammy and the T-Rex
Beautiful.
might snap your neck off. It might kill you.
How long is it?
Minute 22 or an hour 22.
Perfect.
A minute and 22
Cool,
seconds.
a cool minute 22.
They were very choppy in the 90s
Yeah.
with their cinema.
Yeah. That's perfect. Okay.
I fully interrupted you. I'm sorry.
I don't know what I was saying, so it's fine.
All right.
Y'all can keep stalling because I don't know.
We
if
don't
I
this
feel like
one-
this is like
What's
when you're
your
at like
real-
Oh, that's a-
the dinner table and the
Wow,
waiter
that's
comes
such a
around
good
and
one.
I
You're
don't
like, you
think
go
it's on
first.
Yeah.
streaming though. It's like you gotta pay
Uh-oh.
for it.
I
We'll
could
just say it.
can-
Maybe I have it on
if you-
DVD.
If you rent it for $4, that's
I
fine.
think I actually do
not
have it
fine
on
for me.
DVD.
Can't
I'll
do
have
that.
to
I could
shout
also-
out my mom again. I might have to go get it.
I could also just give them my other good one too.
Yeah, give your. Okay, I just want to
yeah,
hear
what's your
the
other
other
good
one.
one?
Yeah.
Because people have to vote.
So your other option, the good one, is a kaiju film. If you're familiar with the genre,
Okay, no.
Godzilla
Oh.
-1
Yeah.
on
I've
Netflix.
heard-
Wait, I've
Okay.
heard that's really, really
It-
good.
it is
Tremendous
very
film.
I do want to
Very,
watch
very
that.
good.
When did you see it, Chris?
I watched it without you.
That's rude.
He does that sometimes.
Yeah, that was really
I,
beautiful,
I,
wasn't it?
I
My
never
goodness.
thought that I would laugh, cry, and get genuinely stressed during a Godzilla movie. That movie
Okay.
did it all.
It was
cried?
good.
Beautiful movie.
Did
And that's,
movie.
Godzilla die?
and that's probably the parenthood that made me cry in that movie, but
Okay.
wow.
Shout out
Okay.
to
So good.
Interesting.
them. Yeah, so I guess mine. I'll have to figure out how to get y'all this, but I think I have a copy. It's one of my favorite movies. I don't know if y'all have seen it. I know you have not.
Sorry.
Are you laughing at Tammy and the T-Rex?
I'm not.
No, we're laughing at my friend Emily Irby, Hot Dog Emily.
Oh,
She
yeah?
just texted us. She was like, I just saw a question of the week on Instagram.com, even though I don't have Instagram.com.
What?
Instagram. It
All right.
just made me chuckle.
Anyway, sorry.
So it's got to be a movie
Shout out
that y'all
Emily, we
both
love you.
haven't seen. I didn't realize that. So that took out one of mine. But but
curious
one of
what it was.
Yeah, I'm curious.
I was gonna have her watch Pop Star.
Oh, what
Oh,
a movie.
she would like that.
I've seen
That's-
Pop
Oh
Star.
never
damn!
mind.
Well,
Okay.
well, I'm glad I didn't,
I didn't
do
really
that.
like it.
Have you seen City
What?
of
And I love them, but I just didn't like
Wow.
it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen City of God?
Oh, I've been wanting to see that literally
Okay.
since like 2014.
So it's one of my favorite movies.
Oh.
Good.
What's that one about again?
It's basically
City of God.
about like a guy that
Thanks.
grows up in the favelas of Rio, and like him growing up. And let's see, it's two friends, two young men choose different paths. One of them is a budding photographer who documents the increasing drug-related violence. The other one is an ambitious drug dealer who uses him and his photos as a way to increase his fame as the turf war erupts with his rival.
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I have seen it. Hold on.
Very gritty movie. I feel like you would remember it if you had seen it.
Yeah, I feel like
I've
you
been
would
wanting,
remember
like,
it.
Definitely
people, when
heard
it came
people
out,
talk
people
about
were
it.
like,
it is. I would say it's definitely in my top 3 favorite movies. I would say ever.
yeah.
It's a good one. It's no Tammy and the T-Rex, but it's all right.
It's not Tammy and the T-Rex.
It
and I don't wanna
certainly is
talk.
no Tammy and the T-Rex. I cannot lie to you there. I don't know what my
Yeah,
second
I have heard of that movie.
Yeah.
one. What would I might have to. I'll have to think more. On
So
my
wait,
second
so
one that
we
y'all
have
haven't
to
seen.
decide between your two or between the two of you?
I think you just put it up for a vote. I really think, because I don't think City of God will win against Tammy and the T-Rex. It's just
Nor
not
should
possible.
it.
Yeah, it's just not possible.
Yeah.
That's true.
Um.
That's true.
So yeah.
Okay.
We'll discuss, and again, follow us at Poppin In Podcast to vote on what you think we should watch.
Poppin' in
Yeah.
pod.
Nope, it's Poppin In
Cast.
Podcast.
Perfect.
Popping Out podcast.
Nope. Poppin' In
Pop-
podcast.
Pop. Can you spell
And
it?
if you can't say it, then you shouldn't be on this show.
Poppin'
There's
In.
the door.
Okay, so I think,
That is such a
yeah.
hideous.
I
That
think,
is
should we do
such
the
a-
ultimatum?
That's
Yeah,
just
that's
such a
fine.
terrifying
I'm
image of
upset
seal.
by it. I'm
the
really
seal
upset
on the
by
left.
it. It's,
Yeah.
it's the neck. It's the head
it's the
into the
veins.
neck that really bothers
Yeah.
me.
Oh
That's
my
a fuckable
goodness.
seal.
I don't know.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
I think even
Yes.
Heidi Klum would be like, oh.
Yeah. No, she's not
No,
because she's
no,
a
but
worm.
no, but
Yeah,
I think even that she'd be like,
Again,
Next
when
Halloween. What if that's her Halloween
she'd be
costume?
like,
Ooh.
he's just always
I
gonna be
literally-
me. He's just taking my idea.
Yeah.
I remember when Heidi Klum dressed up as that worm, and I've said this before, and Kate Spade came out with a baguette bag, and I literally commented on their thing and said, "This looks like Heidi Klum worm," and I got 14 likes on that comment.
They blocked you.
Yeah.
Heidi Klum worm.
I didn't know,
love
like,
it.
should I say Heidi Klum as a worm?
Well,
worm
Yeah.
Heidi?
Well, yeah.
Costume.
This sounds like
Anything.
Heidi Klum worm. Just sounds like sounds like.
Sounds like you were
Okay,
like,
well,
It-
14 people on the Kate
it-
Spade
what?
page.
It sounds
liked
like
What
you-
did you just have me Google? What am
Wait,
I
have you
looking
never
at?
seen that?
No. What is
He's
this?
never seen the
What is
worm.
this?
Oh, yeah, that's Heidi Klum.
What is this?
it actually
Uh-oh.
really bothers
Uh-oh.
me.
It's great. There's one where she's literally laying on the ground as a worm, and
Why
someone
is
puts
she
a
li-
microphone next to her.
Why is she like this?
She loves Halloween costumes.
Yeah.
She always goes like crazy
Next
Look at
year,
that
for
face.
Halloween costumes.
Oh,
I think
that's
so. I think
heinous.
Seal
she's
as a seal. Seal.
I so see it.
Seal cubed.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I hate this.
I know.
I regret.
You're
I regret coming on this podcast now because it led me to see this.
Oh.
Well, you should look up the Kate Spade bag.
Regret
I was gonna
it.
say,
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to see Heidi Klum worm, then you're gonna love this.
What am I looking up?
Kate Spade croissant bag.
Kate Spade worm.
They love their
knockoff.
little
worm fake.
What do you call those?
It doesn't
kind of
even look
bags?
like a croissant to me. It literally
Looks
looks like a
worm.
worm.
Looks like Heidi Klum worm.
I'm like, who would buy this? Sorry if you
Ooh,
bought
good.
it.
They love their novelty.
Now, see, I
bags.
like this. This is
Let me see.
this is nice. This is tasteful. It's fun. It's light.
But does
It
that
is
not?
Heidi Klum
It
worm.
does look like
You're
Heidi
right.
Klum as a worm.
You're right.
Oh yeah. I mean that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I like it.
You were right, Alexa.
Thank
That shouldn't
you.
have blocked you.
That's fun
Thank
and
you.
playful. Heidi Klum as a worm is going to give me nightmares.
It's upsetting how tall it is.
You
know
should
what I
look up
mean?
Justin Long as
The
a
way-
walrus.
No, okay.
Well,
but don't show
we'll
it
do that
to
in a
us.
second.
Yeah. Okay, so our last topic of the evening, I think, is going to be Ultimatum season 3. So Chris and I don't really watch a lot of reality TV, but the one that we indulge in is the Ultimatum for whatever reason.
Yeah, I don't want to see it. Don't show me.
Oh, Justin Long is a.
Oh yeah, I
walrus?
do remember that. Okay.
Justin Long is a worm.
Remember, I threw your phone across the room because
Oh
or
yeah.
maybe it was my phone, but like I was showing it to you guys, and then you didn't X out of the page, and I thought you had, and so when you handed me my phone back, I looked at my phone, and I literally whipped it across the
I
room
do
because I was
remember that.
so upset.
He looks like he could be a character from like a 90s Mortal Kombat movie.
Yeah. Well, like a Hellboy villain. Maybe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, stop.
Oh, I've seen it. It's awful.
Can I tell you at the end of the movie, because I don't care about spoiling it, no one should watch this movie.
Spoiler alert! Don't watch it.
He's in a seal like enclosure, and his friends go and visit him, and he's just a sea lion. What walrus? He's just a walrus.
Yeah, I was gonna
he's
say.
just in a walrus enclosure, like at a zoo, and he's just a walrus.
That's
and
good.
No, it's not good.
Is this supposed to be like the
It gives
metamorphosis?
me like a
is
Silence
it like
of the
a
Lambs feel.
yeah? It's
No,
supposed
it's
to be like a
worse.
Franz
Is this an Animorphs
Kafka
type
kind of
thing?
thing. Yeah, does he like slowly turn into this?
It's like the doctor turns him into it, and
So it's
then I
like-
think he continues to turn him into it. You know what I mean? Like
Okay.
it gets like more.
Yeah.
So it's
I don't
like
know.
Human Centipede, kind of?
Yeah, it's like it's
Yeah, like new
but worse. I
firmware
actually think it's
updates
worse.
of
Okay.
grossness. But yeah, the Ultimatum.
Yeah, anyway.
Anyway.
Yeah, so if you don't know, The Ultimatum, it's not a spin-off of Love is Blind, but it's like based on the same franchise where it has
Same host.
Vanessa and Nick Lachey are hosting it. And so it is the most like toxic reality dating show I've seen. Granted, I've not seen a lot. I don't even, why do we like it so much, Chris?
You know,
What brings us, what really, like, we will binge it. Like,
the thing about that show is I feel like I actually would disagree. I don't think it's toxic. The premise is batshit crazy.
yeah.
But the show itself really isn't that toxic. Like,
Yeah.
like it's not like they,
So,
one of the people in the couple brings the other one on there as an ultimatum of like, what do they call it? The
Marry or
subtitle is
move
marry
on.
or move on.
they're like, I want to get married. One of them doesn't is like, I love you, but I'm not ready to get married, or I don't want to get married right now.
Yeah.
So they're supposed to go on this like dating show together, and it's supposed to like be an experiment to put their relationship to the test to find out like should they get married or should they break up.
Because they each have trial marriages to other people.
Yes. Other
So-
people who are other couples on the show that have been brought on with the same premise of like,
Yes.
like let's say you and Matthew and me and Chris are on the show, and it's like one of us is given the ultimatum
To
and
the
then
other one.
to the other one, and then it's like we switch partners for 3 weeks.
But
and
not
it's supposed to be a
necessarily a
trial
direct
marriage.
switch. Like it could be
Yeah.
like this person goes with this. Like
yeah, there's
it's
like 8 couples or something.
Yeah, and like they'll put under the like when they put the names up there and they put the age,
Mm-hmm.
they'll put on there, which is very helpful. Like gave ultimatum or like
Okay.
received ultimatum
Mm-hmm.
because it varies in relationship. Like sometimes people that give the ultimatum to each other or like to another person end up together, but sometimes it's like a giver and a receiver.
So people have ended up together.
I knew that was gonna happen.
Together, like, so other couples have sometimes switched at the end of the show,
Yeah.
like they're just
Yeah.
with another couple.
Yeah, they're just
it
with a different
happens every
person,
now
yeah.
and then.
Yeah.
Spoiler for this season, that didn't happen. That's right. You
Yeah.
haven't seen it. Oh, yeah, so
It
you
didn't,
really
but
care
you think
for it,
it's
though.
going to. So it's interesting. Like, so do you plan to watch season 3?
It's not at the top of my list.
Okay.
No.
We won't give too many spoilers away, but I think the reason I like it is because it never ends up how you expect, and the people are so messy. And it's just like, it's also, one of the things I always say is I would hate for anyone to show like video of me flirting, especially at like the beginning of our relationship. And it's just like, these people are actively doing it. And like, they're just, and it's weird because they're like, oh, like they'll be in this trial marriage with this new
Yeah.
person, and they're calling like, oh, you're my wifey, you're my husband. But it's like, you don't know this person. Like, they're a stranger to you.
They do it for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
It is a 3-week trial marriage, and then you spend 3 weeks back with the person that you came on the show with.
Yeah.
And the idea of like having to flirt again does sound very terrifying.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like you said, you're a bad flirt. Do you remember that? What would you say
we
is
don't
your?
have to bring.
No.
let's go with
I
it.
do
My
want to bring
favorite
this up.
story, actually.
Well,
Please do.
yeah. I mean,
Which
which
one?
one?
The,
Oh, see.
the text.
Her first text to me.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I was gonna bring up a different,
Oh.
but
Oh,
yeah.
wait, what were
Let's-
you
let's-
Hold on,
Sorry, we don't
let's-
have to.
hold
We
on,
don't
let's
have to.
let's do the first
I
text
feel like
first.
it's making Alexa sad. So
I would like to say that one, I'm not a good flirter, but Chris always brings this up as though he's not here 5 years later, like it didn't work. Actually, almost 6. But anyways, so what happened was,
And a ring.
yeah, we're like gonna get married and whatever.
My fiance Alexa.
Yeah. And so what happened was, we're sitting at our mutual shared workplace, WY Daily, okay? And Chris was like, had given me his number. Someone gave me his number.
No,
and
someone gave you my number.
Yeah, someone gave, and I told friend of the pod, Julia, I was like, oh, I'm going to text Chris, but I don't want him to know it's me. I want to do something like kind of funny.
Why?
And I had gotten a text weirdly the week before from some anonymous, it was like what was it?
Pregnancy services.
It was a pregnancy services clinic, and it was like a little gif of a bunny doing calculations, and it was so weird. I was like, that's what I'm going to text him. He'll never know it's me. He'll think it's spam. So I copy and pasted the text message and the
Okay.
gif verbatim.
I have a
This is
question. I do
2019
have a
before people
question.
actually got spam texts. First of all,
And also, I have a question.
I was
with
ahead
that.
of my time.
yeah, please.
So, if it was a spam, what did you think he was going to do from then on?
I just wanted to see what his reaction would be, because I was like, this would be funny if he like interacted with this text message.
I
It-
don't think
know.
Chris would interact.
I didn't know him that well.
it is a wild way to come out of the gate. I will say, like she was
came out
just like,
swinging.
yeah.
Once
it was-
again, he's here. So
I know you're right.
Yeah.
I just think
It
it's
worked.
funny. Because, okay, so then the whole thing was like, you did have her number saved.
No, I didn't have her number saved.
Oh, I thought
I
you
just
were,
knew it was her because it was a
Aw,
very
that's
strange
cute.
thing to say. It like
Actually,
she
that's
she
cute.
sent me the gif of the bunny gif, and then you said after it. Actually, let me just pull it up.
Yes.
Because you
What?
said
we
you
have
said,
the text?
yes.
saved all of our texts.
I
It's-
don't delete text.
it's
messages.
actually really inconvenient when we have arguments.
Please, can I see it, please?
Absolutely. Yeah,
Oh,
you could see it.
no.
Okay, sorry.
this is fine.
Unless it makes you uncomfortable.
No, it's fine. He tells the story to everyone.
Well, I'd hate for it to make you uncomfortable. So that was the gif. And then what did she
Sorry,
say under
I
it?
can't talk right
Yeah.
now?
So she
This
sends
is the
this.
exact text message I got from the pregnancy
And he
services
said that's
place.
okay.
And then I said, "Who is this though?" And then she said, "Hi, are you looking for pregnancy services? This is the Hope Women's Center you called last month." And I said, okay. Hi, Alexa." Because
And I want
What
you
is
guys
her
to
text?
know.
I need to see her profile.
hers says, "Damn it, Julia told me to send it. How did you know?"
Yes, Julia, the whole time, which I've now
Aw.
learned not to trust when it comes to flirting, was like, that's funny, send it.
Oh my
It's
God.
not that it's
It's
not
just
that it's not
weird.
funny. It's just like it's not flirty.
I would give anything to just take his phone and just start reading from there.
Yes,
I
I
would
want to
give
so
any amount of
badly.
money
I so
to
am
see
like
how it gets
about
from
to
there to
reach
here.
over this table.
So
and
the
take a
story
call.
that I was gonna bring up is
okay.
I think you know what it is. I think I've brought it up before actually on this podcast, but if I haven't, then I'll say it again. I can't. Were we at BBC?
We were at Brick House Tavern.
Was it really like our first date?
No, we were just
This is
there.
after.
We were with people.
Shout out
I
Brick
think
House
this was
Tavern,
when we were
Williamsburg.
celebrating when I got my graduate degree.
Wow. So we had been okay. So at some point, she asked me if it was difficult going to Christopher Newport University.
yeah,
Shout
I've
out
heard
Captain,
this story.
because my first name is Chris.
to her.
I've been dreaming.
and I reacted very similarly to that silence that you just. What did I say?
I just remember he's like at the bar, he was ordering a drink, and he just turns around and looks at me, and he goes, "No."
Aww. Were you saying it in a funny way, or was it
No,
that
I
way?
was
where you
No,
were
serious. I
no.
was
She
very
wasn't saying it
serious.
in a funny
It was
way.
like one of those things that, like, as soon as it left my mouth, I was just like, I was trying to fill a silence. You know what I mean?
Oh no.
I was just like, damn, that's a weird thing to say.
Wait, did it come out of nowhere? Like you guys weren't even talking about CNU?
I don't know.
Oh god.
There's no telling.
I don't know.
Hey, quick question.
But I will
Well,
say,
actually, I thought about it earlier when Matthew was talking about Matthew Whaley.
Were you about to ask
Oh my-
that again?
is it difficult? Is it difficult being there? Like you should just ask
To
him
be
later.
fair, I do actually think about that sometimes.
Alexa,
Thank you.
Alexa,
But you
is
never
it
vocalize it.
hard to be named Alexa?
Actually, it
it
is. I have a,
is.
I actually
It
have a
is.
lot of thoughts about that.
She does.
Fuck
Oh,
Amazon.
okay.
We only have Google Homes in our house.
Well,
Okay.
the ultimatum though. So
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
get back.
So it's a, like, I don't know why we don't watch any other reality TV besides, like, this, The Mole, and British Bake Off.
What's
like,
the mole?
we'll come back to that.
Okay.
It's
I've
it's
never
wonderful.
heard of that in
it's
my life.
really good.
It's wonderful.
Um,
Do you watch Love Is Blind?
No, I'm
Okay.
I'm a Love Island.
That's right. Yeah, you're Love
purist.
Island.
Yeah.
That's right.
Which, by the way, where was the invite?
Okay, well,
For
I just
Love
didn't.
Island.
Okay, so I did ask you about it, but it was like after the season had ended because I don't know. And you were like, well, it's not going to be on for like another year. So when it comes back on, we would love to have you on to discuss.
So
you
sorry.
need to
Sloppy
be
seconds.
watching it because it's the best show on
I
TV.
will watch it. I have said this before.
We
I
do
told
not
you.
have enough time in the world to
Yeah.
watch that much.
And
of-
also
of
the
that
only
show.
clip
I'm
I've
I'm
so
seen-
asking for you to
sorry.
make that much time.
I've said
I
this-
cannot. I can't quit my job. I can't do it. Don't
It's
they do
worth
an
it.
episode like every day?
It's only like 5 nights a week.
That's so much. There has
Oh my
been
God.
so much of that show.
I had enough trouble with Bachelor in Paradise. I can't I can't do I cannot.
The thing is, though, I think I would love Love Island if it was like, let's get together and let's watch it. But we can't get together 5 nights a week.
Sure, we can.
No.
That's
We live
5
7
nights.
minutes apart.
this is the lack of discipline that I'm talking about.
Yes.
Constantly with
You're
people
absolutely
being like,
right.
"Oh, it's too much TV. I can't watch that much of it." I guarantee every single night of the week you're watching some shit that's probably worse than Love Island. It's the best show on TV. It's the best reality show on TV.
People have
It's
said that.
coming off the goated season, by the way.
Really?
Okay, I will say, and I've told you this, I think it was this past season, the only part of Love Island I've seen is when they did that disgusting 4th of July challenge
Ew.
where they had to take the
The
ketchup
baby bird.
from the one side of the
Yeah.
bucket
Yeah.
and put it into the other side by transferring it
Yeah.
between their mouths.
Listen, it's fine. It comes with the territory. You know, it's a
Interesting.
tradition. The baby bird game on Love Island is like fireworks to America. You know,
Okay.
it goes hand in hand.
So do
Okay.
they do it every season?
Oh, baby
Every
Bird, like, they're
season.
feeding
Wow.
it to each
Yeah,
other.
like, literally-
That is
You have-
revolting.
It was like with ketchup, like hot
You
dogs,
gotta
like,
transfer a food or a
Oh
drink
my
substance
God,
and
that's
fill up like a
so
glass or
nasty.
something.
I
and
did-
it's like 10 people in a line or something. It's crazy.
And then they
Um,
do multiple rounds of it because
Yeah.
they're competing against the other
Yeah.
villa. Yeah, it's a whole thing.
the-
You know,
the-
it's fine.
The only other thing I want to recommend about
The Ultimatum.
about the ultimatum is because
Are you going to bring up the thing we
I
were
was
talking
trying
about?
to look up the picture of Nick Lachey.
Oh, yeah.
I am thoroughly convinced that Nick Lachey wants no part in these reality shows that he hosts with his
He's
wife.
just literally
The whole time
forced.
he's
But I
sitting
think
there,
he
he's
does
like-
it because they insinuate a lot that he at some point probably cheated
Yeah.
on her.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they have the thumbnail. If you have Netflix, go to Love Is Blind and you will see season 3.
No,
You-
Ultimatum.
I'm sorry. The Ultimatum,
Yeah.
season 3. You will see everybody on the show looking good because they all look good. But Nick Lachey, with the stupidest look on his face, like
Yeah.
it's like the fakest
He is-
smile. He's literally just like,
Like, Chris and I, like, we pulled it up and we could not stop laughing. We were like, this man is trapped.
And-
like, he
and-
does
and,
not
like-
want to be
Wow.
here.
Yeah.
How do they insinuate that like he cheated on her? Like, how does that even come up?
she brings it up. And the thing that I love about
It's like weird undertones. You know what I mean?
I think one of the things that I do like about that show is like, unlike other shows where the host is in every episode,
Yeah.
sometimes they go like 2 episodes, 3 episodes without them even being in it.
Yeah.
And then when they show up, it's
It's
always
honestly
like,
kind of pointless.
yeah, but when they show up, it's just like Nick just being like just such clear vibes. It's just like, I don't want to be here. This is just part of what I have to
Yeah.
do now. But yeah, like they bring, like Vanessa will bring it up. She's just like, when we had our stuff, like we kind of had to like they'll give advice to other couples
Yeah.
too, and I'm just like,
And he's just like,
I just love it.
You gotta show them, and if you haven't seen it, Chris showed me this, the Spanish, what is it?
Oh my God, Island of Temptation.
Is it
Have you seen the
Montoya?
clip?
Is it
Yes.
Montoya?
Yes.
So I was gonna bring it
Montoya.
up. It's
Dude.
so crazy.
And another thing, I told you this about reality shows, where like
Yeah.
reality shows are always, and I'm not even saying this as a joke, impeccably produced. Like the amount that they have to fit in an episode, and like how every episode is always well produced. Like they always look good.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like like the editors. I'm just like, I know that they don't let them go home and see their families.
Yeah.
But they do a great job.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So
This I've never seen. I've
Sorry, I
never
just realized what
seen
you
TV
said.
like that. Like this
I haven't either, and I'm like, we need to do it like that.
he's a performer.
Yeah, and like, yeah.
So for those listening, can
yeah.
you explain what we're talking about?
Yeah. So it does translate to Temptation Island because the U.S. used to have a Temptation Island, and this is the Spanish version of it, and Montoya and Anita signed up for Temptation Island, and at some point, I guess they do a thing on the show where if Anita is with this other guy, which she was, they have cameras in the bedroom. You know, you've seen like the black light kind of, you know, like the night vision thing, but they're showing it to Montoya far away, like on a different part of the island, and the host is there. She's sitting down, and they're just showing it to him on the screen. And like she's basically saying stuff like I think she was saying at some point like she wasn't really saying like she was gonna jerk him off or like how hard he was, but like it was literally like they just like build up the tension and then the music gets tense and he's just yelling like no, like you piece of shit, no, and then it's just like por qué, and then
Literally
and then at some point like he tries to in the clip at one point like run away and the host is like no, she's like Montoya, and at the end he does run because they're clearly about to have sex. And the camera, whoever the camera person is that is running with him on the beach, stride for stride, with a steady cam, just incredible tension. And then they show, like they literally are cutting to scenes. I'm gonna say it, and then we'll show it to them. Yeah. They are cutting to scenes of the sex, intercutting like with the actual like him running on the beach. And then he gets back to the island, and everybody else is just kind of like lounging like they do, because you know like they aren't really doing anything for like most of the show, and like they just hear him yelling like no, and they're all like what the fuck is happening, and then like some of them try to like stop him, and then it's so loud him yelling that she hears him from inside, and they stop. And
it's
then
television.
Yeah. Oh, it is like it's peaks, and then at the end the thunder cracks. I was like, this is. It's some of the greatest shit I've ever seen. Like as a video person, I'm like, it just doesn't get any better.
But it's so cruel when they do that thing where they make them watch like
their significant other like
there, like
with someone.
sitting there just in total agony while everybody's around him like holding him like he's just like no like,
and then at the end just so 4K just laying down 4K and then she comes out like mad. Which I guess she's like, that's what you get, baby. We're on the show's Temptation Island. Like, I don't know. I couldn't, like, my translation, I was so enthralled. I couldn't really translate in my head.
So, my question with that, and, like, also with the Ultimatum, is, like, what made these couples, like, decide, they had to decide together to go on a reality show.
Yeah.
So, it's like, there must have been some kind of thing that they were like, you know what I mean? Like, the fact...
I think it's, like, you can definitely tell, at least with the Ultimatum, where you're like, these are people who would be like, yeah, I'll go on a reality show.
Right, but it's, like, weird because one of them is...
Yeah, but Temptation Island, like, that is the plot of the show. Like, it is called Temptation Island for that reason. They basically split up the couples and have them go to separate villas. That's why he was running. Because he was in a different villa.
He had to get to the other villa.
But he literally ran to the other villa. So yeah, they are very explicitly, like with the Ultimatum, people sign up with the outside chance of like, maybe this will strengthen our relationship. Yeah. Crazy, but I understand. Temptation Island, there is no chance. Like it's just like maybe the idea of like, you could just cheat right now in front of the entire country.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll help us.
Yeah, I'm of the opinion that if you're ever on one of those shows in general, chances are
it's not gonna work.
Your relationship is already probably toast.
The best part of the
speed running it at this point.
The best part of the Ultimatum is when they always meet somebody's like parents or family in the couple, and like just being the mom, like just in that interaction where they're at dinner, it's always just like. I was just like, oh, that's wonderful. Like it's just such a I can't believe I'm on TV.
But I just imagine like if Chris and I had a child and they were like, this is what we're doing, Chris would be like, I'm not going on that fucking show.
Right.
No.
But also my question, I guess, is like, what
break up with them.
Well, they had to be like, hey, since we're in I'm giving you an ultimatum, we should go on this show. Like, how does the conversation come up? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or do producers
Season 1 was
reach out
crazy.
to
I
them?
always think I forget her name, but she was always just like, there was one line where she's pretty young, and they hadn't been together that long. It was like 9 months to a year, and she was like, I want to be married and have babies. She was like 23, 24, and one line where she was like, and sometimes I'll be in the car and I'll be saying to him, I'm like, well, there could be a baby in the backseat of that car.
That's
They've
right.
only been
And it's like,
they're
what?
not even been
Yeah.
together a year.
Yeah, it was
not
something
even long
crazy.
enough to like mathematically, scientifically have a child. Like
Yeah.
that is how long they
Yeah.
have been together. It was wild.
If that's what I'm thinking of, she had a few mental issues that I hope she got addressed
Real hot,
post show.
She was very hot.
Sure.
She's not the one that was with Colby, right?
No,
The one that was with Colby
that's
was-
a tragedy. That one makes me upset
I
to
know.
talk
You know
about.
what I want to see?
I know.
That
dude.
one is genuinely upsetting.
Because even
to me.
her friends were like, we hate him. Like they did it on
Yes.
the show. They were like, we hate him.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when she was drunk, she had the clarity to hate him, and then when she
Yeah.
would sober back up, it was just like all that went out the window. And then he worked with the producers to manipulate her into getting married immediately
I would hate
at
to
the end of
find
the
myself in that
show.
situation.
Just
Ugh.
genuinely upsetting stuff there.
Yeah.
What-
What were you
what were
saying,
you gonna
Molly?
I want to see Temptation Island, Pakistan.
Okay.
Oh,
I
but
wanna
and they're gonna
see-
have her on there.
Yeah.
Imagine
Okay.
her and then the 19-year-old
That never shows
that
up.
comes back. No, he comes back.
Okay. They
And
have to
and they
find
put him
him.
in a different villa, and she just runs, like immediately just runs over there. Where is he?
No. Poor kid.
She's like, I'm never leaving this villa, actually.
Yeah,
Oh,
she
I-
would,
yeah.
she would be like, I need to rebuild this villa.
Yeah. But anyways, I think that's all we have for you guys today. We appreciate you coming on. I think
this is fun.
you know, we'll have you back for Love Island for
Yeah,
sure.
please,
Just let us
please.
know when it's on.
Only if you commit to watching. I don't want to come on here and try to
that
try to
would be hard,
dissect
though.
I'll do it.
100
That's the
hours worth of
ultimatum.
content.
She'll do it.
I'll do it. I'll watch
Atta
anything.
girl.
Notice I said she'll do it.
Atta girl. You'll watch
Yeah,
it.
the thing is, I can. It is like pulling teeth to get Chris to watch new things, but once I do, he's in.
But yes, thanks for listening.
Okay, yes. Anyways, yeah, thanks for listening. Thanks for coming. As always, follow us at Poppin In Podcast on Instagram. Follow us wherever you get your podcasts. Like, rate, review. Unless you hated this, then please don't.
5 stars.
5
That's right.
stars only. Anything
right.
less, get out of here. And we'll see you guys next week.
Bye. That was great.